Wasn't Steve the first the first grandchild from grandma
Uh,
from mom's mom? Well, wasn't Steve the
yeah,
one that was had the what was he? Was he retarded or was he what was he?
he had polio or something. He was having fits.
Right, and he
He
would
was the
always
first
be
one.
he's the first one of the whole family, right? The first grandchild.
Yep. And you know what he did?
What?
He the one. He loved me. He was. After we go down there and pick him up from the, I call it the crazy house. And that boy loved me. We sit down there
Where was that at?
huh?
Where was it at? Was he there before Lee was there, or was he the first one in Orange County? Was Lee the first one in Orange County from the family?
Lee was the first one.
Oh,
You was a baby when we had Steve. We had moved into our first apartment. And Steve would be out there and he couldn't talk, but he loved Uncle Frank. Yeah, woo, 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 woo. And I let him listen to the music. I'd be smoking weed and stuff. I didn't give him none. But, I had some wine. And just because he was in our presence, that made him great. And these niggas went back and said, he go back and he bragged because he's around real people. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because you in there with all the retards. And so he came in there, yeah, we get back, oh, I gave me some wine, I'm drunk, I'm high, but he never did. And then they stopped me from taking it. And then they put him in an old raggedy jailhouse like thing. You
Wow.
talking about, yeah, Price going down there giving that boy wine. No, we just brought him home every weekend so he'd get out of that place where he is. And Dorothy never stopped her. I said, you know I ain't gonna get that boy nothing, but he was just glad. He might drink some soda or some Kool-Aid, but he was just glad to be out from among them retarded folks, and he knew some people loved him. See, love is the strongest power on earth. You know that? Ain't nothing stronger than love, and he knew we loved him. He knew we cared. We didn't tease him because he was, whatever called retarded.
Yeah, I felt that. I felt that. Ever since I could think. I mean, when I would see him, he'd always get my name. Barnett, Barnett. And I'd be like, why? It always made me feel uncomfortable because, first of all, you know,
You didn't understand.
a lot of stuff is why it's because probably because of him. There's certain members I would see that I would try to relate with, and I was good at mimicking stuff, that's what a lot of these people start mimicking. I was
Yep.
good at that, so I was good at mimicking people. I was good at acting. I was good at a lot of stuff. I just didn't couldn't put it. I just couldn't put it into. So I had so much violence around me. So, whether it's football, whether it's we
You
did a
ever
lot of
heard,
physical activities back then.
you ever heard the word people say that child, he retarded. They say he's a blessed child.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's a blessed child. And
Yeah.
that means he's totally innocent of anything he do. There's no trouble in it. Because he's a child and he lived and died as a child. He ain't responsible for none of this. None of it.
And it's funny because those are
That's
the
his
ones that
child.
be over the whole. Those are the ones that be orchestrating stuff.
That's right. And they do it good. And they go on back to heaven. The Lord sent them down here, they're blessed. They're not responsible for all this killing and all that stuff. And these people, and these white folks got to say, well, he had a mental problem, or he's crazy and going to jail. No, he's still wrong for that murder. Them people right there, they are not fighters. They don't be fighting nobody. You just have to help them. And that's why they call them a blessed child. They need help, and we think we don't. Yeah. And we think we ain't got to do nothing. We sit around. in trouble. Because see what you're doing. See, the devil, when he got cast out of heaven, he cast the angels first, and then he took his tail and drew a third of them. And I believe that's who we are. He drew us out, but Jesus said, my sheep know my voice. And when I come calling, they go answer. How can you know his voice if you ain't never heard it? He just told you to forget while you're down here. And regardless of what you do, I'm going to redeem you anyway because you're mine. You ain't going to let nobody take that. God ain't going to let nobody take nothing from him. He don't get it back. See, you think you stole him. You got him down there teaching him all them lies. And messing his mind up. He didn't tell you nothing else but believe. If you believe on me, as the scripture said, out of your belly will flow rivers of living water. You realize you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't. Ain't no kinks. Jesus came, he nailed all the kinks to the cross. And he said, all of Israel shall be saved. See, if you got kids, somebody that kidnapped them and took them, we have eternal life. Not waiting on it. I got it already. And when somebody takes something from you, and you want, and that's what you love, you want it back. Can't nobody stop God. And they putting all these laws on people. Well, you smoke the cigarette, or you drink this, or use some dope. God put it in your life. He wrote that down for you to smoke the dope. He wrote it down for these certain things. He said, but I'm gonna get him back. He mine. My dogs. When I ain't got no teeth on to whistle with, but if I whistle and blow like that, they still know. They still know who I am.
Yeah.
One time they was out in the backyard and I was trying to call them, and I tried to whistle and I started laughing because I couldn't get it out, and they come running up there out of nowhere. Now I couldn't hardly hear, but my dogs know my voice. My horse know my voice. I get out there, I walk in that barn. Hey, sweets.
Yeah.
He know what I want. He know how I walk. He can tell when I walk in there and hit that concrete and my boots be clicking. He see me. He come over there today while I was talking and put his head in the noose so I can put the rope on it. I put him back in there. He know in the morning I'm going to give him some sweet feed and some hay. And he waiting on it. He know me. And that's the same way we know the Lord. There's certain things you might have wanted to do, but you couldn't do them. You wouldn't do them. See? But people thinking you walk around with all these robes on and all that talking, you just trying to mimic somebody. Like you really know the Lord. You don't know him. You don't know nothing about him. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about folks. They think they got everything going on. They ain't got nothing going on.
Yeah, they're trying to lock up everybody. They're trying to do a lot of.
Yeah. And when they say locking folks up, remember when John asked them, when the angel asked John, he said, see, here's a number that no man can number. He said, who are these? And the angel said, these are they. They went through hard trials and tribulations, and they bore their burdens in the heat of the day. While everybody else trying to get rich, you're already rich. You just don't know it. Know why you're rich? Because your father's rich. He's houses and land. He holds the wealth of the world in his hands. Rubies and diamonds, silver and gold. You're child of the king, wherever you go. And they can't stop you. They can't stop you. But they'll tell you a lie if you're on your way to hell. You ain't going nowhere. He didn't tell them, just believe that I am. And if you didn't heard his voice, you already believe it, but you don't believe it in the way that they told you to believe it. Because they say you got to do this, you got to do that. He said, don't do but one thing. Believe on me, and I'll take care of the rest of it. And you can't do right by yourself because the enemy of this world has blinded us. We blind to the word of God. We blind. We can't see. Only way, he said, we don't know the way back. He said, I am the way, truth, and the light. No man come to me, to my Father, but by me. That's the only way you're going to get back to him. You got to go through Jesus. And he didn't give us no rules and regulations. He cut them out, All right, look here, I'm getting ready to eat. I'll call you back.
All right, Dad. Talk to that, man. I love you, dog.
Yeah, get a soda, please. Okay, all right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, Dad. Bye.
Have an issue or two getting her child to school. Somebody talk black to me. Prevention. Watch this. Again, family, somebody just said they didn't receive notifications. We can't control that, but just text word queens to 31996 so that we can stay in touch. Keep sharing, keep liking. Listen, did you hear her? I want for the record for you all to understand that the stuff related to her truancy, because I'm getting ready to remind you of some of her abysmal record. We're going to get ready to talk about that here in a minute because we need to be reminded of just what she did. Her legacy of anti-blackness, her record rather of anti-blackness. She says she stands by her record. She had the nerve to talk about prevention, but she believes in jailing homeless single mothers. She believes in that. She's talking about groundbreaking initiatives. One of her groundbreaking initiatives she's talking about was how to get young offenders jobs. No, boo. Prevention is the stuff that you were in the position to be a part of and to affect and to change. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have been a part of this initiative to help young people get jobs, previous offenders jobs. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that there is something that's greater than that she could have done. And that is not fight against black folks, innocent black people who can prove their innocence through DNA, and you take it all the way to court to keep them in prison for years and years and years, to the point to where the system itself had to rebuke you as a prosecutor and make you look stupid. See, this is a dangerous melanated woman. This is a dangerous melanated woman. Let me keep going. I want to go and listen to the last part. Did you all hear the last part? She said, I'm going to replay that last part again. I'm going to ride that till the wheels fall off. Notice she says, I stand by my record. Then she said what? She said what? She doesn't know that she could appeal to those people. She said there's going to be some people that doesn't believe that you need to be a part of the system at all. You see how she's skirting around the issues? She's trying to act like, now you just got an attitude. Y'all just trying to call me out about my very real and provable and factual record. Instead of her, she said she knows we can prove that terrible record that she has. But instead she just says, oh, those are just folk that, they don't want you to be a part of the system at all. They don't want you locking up anybody, even if they're a murderer or whatever. They don't want you locking up those folks. And I don't know that I can appeal to those people with your arrogant self. Can you imagine her saying that to AIPAC? Do you now know that she spoke at AIPAC sometime back? That's that Israeli, that Israel PAC committee. Very, very powerful. Israel lobby is the word. Can you imagine her telling them that? There's just some of you in here that I'm just not going to be able to appeal. There's some of you that just believe this about me, and you know what? I don't think that I can appeal to you. See, we're getting ready to deal with these bougie black females that are talking down to the black community, and in some cases specifically to black men. Whether you're the Angela Rye of the world, and I say this with respect to my sisters, or the Simone Sanders of the world, and Simone, she's been in hot water. The Advice Show called her out on Instagram. Atlanta Black Star has called her out. Another, I think, Philadelphia publication has called her out after we did our show on Simone Sanders wanting black men to shut up and not express their First Amendment rights without her permission. Angela Rye goes on a rant. I think she was in the airport when she went on her rant. And she was so mad. She called some of those that she was mad at, for you, those of you who are slow. She didn't say that about the enemy. She didn't say that about somebody that had gone, just buck wild crazy after her. But to people who disagreed with the phrase that she used about black folks being immigrants, and she was trying to bring clarity to it. I'm going to tell you about that here. You don't need to call somebody dumbass, though, is what I'm saying, sis. I just don't think that you should just do that to your people. I just really don't. I just don't think it's appropriate to call your people dumbass. I don't think it's appropriate, Simone Sanders, for you to say black men. You don't want, we're tired of your unsolicited, you keep popping up with your unsolicited opinions about Kamala Harris as if they need to go through you. Listen to what Kamala Harris says again on this part. This is the arrogance that I'm talking about. Let's go back. This is the arrogance that I'm talking about. Pay attention. She says she stands by her record. Now, I'm going to see if I can fast forward to that. Thank you for coming in, giving us a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Okay, here we go. Here we go, family.
Want to know that they're being represented. Have a black agenda for these young people, because if we want to be smart on crime, let's focus on prevention and not only reaction. So I stand by my record, but there are some people who are going to, just say you shouldn't be a part of the system ever. And I don't know that I can ever appeal to that perspective, but I know in my heart and my soul and in the work that I've done that my objective has been about public safety and reform of the system. Senator Kamala Harris, do you have a black agenda for your campaign?
Did y'all hear the question? The second question. The first question was about her terrible anti-black record, using her power as a prosecutor, using the power of the state against her own so-called people, right? And the second question was what? Do you have a black agenda? This is why I say black folks, we're in a time of power. They are hearing from us. There are voices out there, many of which have been labeled the new black media. Is that right? I've heard some black voices say that, the new black media. They are hearing us, and they consider us to be a problem. And they're trying to get this under control. But Kamala, you're going to have to come with some substance, boo. Nothing peripheral. Nothing superficial. Don't come with just veneers. We want substantive, and we will not take anything less than that.
And by that, I mean, I know that you are obviously a black woman, and still people are talking about that. But also as a graduate of HBCU, you have an insight into this. But in terms of your plans, because, we're talking about unemployment for African Americans and education and things like that. And people want to know that they're being represented and thought of as this campaign goes on. Absolutely, absolutely. And I challenge all candidates to have a Black agenda. And so, you mentioned, for example, HBCUs. I've just been meeting over the last 2 days with all these HBCU presidents and chancellors, talking about the work that we have done together and the work we have yet to do. I am a proud graduate of an HBCU, Howard University, and we know HBCUs.
She says the same. She says the same thing to Hampton. Hampton alone too. She says, "Ain't you?"
You know what? I
Get to the Black agenda.
a member of my staff who went to Hampton. Bless her heart. But so the Black agenda has to be about all issues, right? Because what we know is that when we are talking about our community, all issues impact our community, and the members of our community care about all issues. But let's start with HBCUs as an example. HBCUs produce 25% of all African American STEM graduates, right? So that's in sciences, that's in technology, engineering, math. And so we've got to do the work of supporting our HBCUs, and that's the work I've actually been doing when I've been in the Senate as well, around supporting in terms of federal dollars. We've got to deal with the wealth gap. And listen, Roland, let's be clear. I think we all know if a woman is raped, if a child is molested, if one human being kills another human being, we all want that there will be consequence and accountability. And we know that no parent should have to sit their son down and tell him when he turns 12 years old that he may be arrested or killed because of his race. So there is a whole lot of work to do, which is why when I was a prosecutor, I did initiatives that were groundbreaking initiatives, like Back on Track, that you and I talked about. If a woman...
The groundbreaking initiatives that she was a part of, she locked up more Black people coming with blackface, a supposed blackface, than anybody else. That was the groundbreaking work she did. The groundbreaking work that Kamala, the groundbreaking work that Kamala did was unprecedented Black imprisonment. That was what was groundbreaking, beloved. I need to remind us of some of this woman's abysmal, terrible, deleterious record. We're just going to get into that, Senator Kamala Harris, which you were not able to really run from. Again, family, I cannot see any of my thumbs up or my likes coming in, but I trust that you're giving us a thumbs up, that you're liking, that you're sharing, and whoever's supposed to be watching this broadcast at this time is the right one. I want you to continue to share and like. Again, my name is Vicki Dillard, a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueen.com, the network for melanated women just like you. We want you to be sure to subscribe to FlyNubianQueen.com and to support what we're doing here. If you want to increase your Black dollars from Black intelligent people that know all about this, we want you to go to FlyNubianMoney.com and FlyNubianBusiness.com. Are you hearing me? I'm here Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, let me remind you of what Sister Kamala said herself. I want you to listen to her record that she's running from. See her, have y'all noticed how she laughs a lot? Trust and believe. Her staff has told her to use it as a strategic political weapon of mass distraction. Kamala's wild laugh, which is good to laugh. I got a big old loud Mississippi laugh. But hers is used as a political stunt to distract. And when they were talking about the Black agenda, notice that the first thing she said is yes. She didn't say yes, I have a Black agenda. She started talking about, she admonishes all candidates to have a Black agenda. Then she began to talk about her HBCU connections. Let me tell y'all something. She's getting ready to use her connections with the HBCU folks, and the fact that she's connected to what is these clubs that y'all, some of these Black folks are connected to, not a fraternity, a sorority. She's connected to. Sororities have a whole lot of organization around the country. Don't you all know that she's going to use her connections with the sororities, with Black folks and the HBCUs to her advantage? I'm asking some of you young people, some of y'all are saying the link, somebody saying the boule, somebody say Coonan, okay? I'm saying to you young folk that are in college right now, you young folks that have access to some of these organizations that she's going to very likely be politically pimping, I'm going to need you to use your voice. I'm going to need you to stand up, and I'm going to need you to challenge her. Because she thinks, because a lot of these sororities are old school black women, middle age and stuff, they are so excited that it's one of their sisters and their buddies that they're going to ignore her record. They're going to troll some of us on social media about her record in order to get her elected. Listen, I want to remind you, you're hearing the voice, and again, I'm sharing this for purposes of public consumption for news commentary. Listen to Kamala Harris's own voice as she was speaking to a group of people not too long ago.
And I believe a child going without an education, I would not be standing here were it not for the education I received. And I know many of us will say the same thing. And I believe a child going without an education is tantamount to a crime. So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy. Well, this was a little controversial in San Francisco. And frankly, my staff went bananas. They were very concerned because we didn't know at the time whether I was going to have an opponent in my re-election race. But I said, look, I'm done. This is a serious issue, and I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it. And this is what we do.
I've got a little political capital, and I'm going to spend some of it.
We recognized that in that initiative, as a prosecutor in law enforcement, I have a huge stick.
She got a huge stick.
The school district has got a carrot.
She got that stick.
Let's work in tandem around our collective objective and goal, which is to get those kids in school. So, to that end, on my letterhead, now let me tell you something about my letterhead. When you're the DA of a major city in this country, usually the job comes with a badge. And there is often an artistic rendering of said badge on your stationery. So, I sent a letter out on my letterhead to every parent in the school district, outlining the connection that was statistically proven between elementary school truancy, high school dropouts, who will become a victim of crime, and who will become a perpetrator of crime. We sent it out to everyone. A friend of mine actually called me and he said, Kamala, my wife got the letter. She freaked out. She brought all the kids into the living room, held up the letter, said, if you don't go to school, Kamala's going to put you and me in jail. Yes, we achieved intended effect.
At the end, she's just laughing her head off. In the beginning, she's laughing. She's using that laugh as a strategic political weapon of mass distraction. And she thinks it's cute, and she thinks it's funny while she is bragging to this audience. And she's on a power trip because she's talking about this big stick she has. I wonder if it's the same stick that Liam Neeson was running around looking for a black man to kill. Somebody talk black to me. What's up with these black-faced white supremacists? What's up with these black-faced white supremacists running around this mug with these sticks and stuff? Liam Neeson said he had a stick. Old girl is bragging about her political stick. Then she takes her time to tell the audience about her badge and the rendering that's embossed on paper that she gets to send out to the public that looks ultra official coming from the DA's office to scare families to death. And she is giggling and smiling and laughing and bragging about jailing families. At the same time, out of the other side of that mouth that she speaks out of, she's sitting here talking about issues related to immigrants and how terrible Donald Trump is related to the border issue and how he's not about to get no wall. She is rolling around talking about how deleterious against it, not because even her staff sounded like they were righteous. They were concerned about her political opponent and how it would look when she ran for re-election. They tried to warn her about this is not going to be a good look, even for political purposes. And she says, I'm done. I told them I'm done. She used her power to instill fear in Americans. Y'all better talk black to me. Not in Al-Qaeda. Which that's another story because America helped create Al-Qaeda. She was happy to instill fear. Thank you, Ronique, for your gift. That's another Fly Nubian queen. Thank you, Sharice, for your gift as well. Kamala was bragging and plotting and strategizing and laughing about destroying, separating black families. You know that mother that we talk about, that infamous mother, because remember there were several other mothers that she brought charges, or they received citations and stuff for truancy, where they could have spent time in jail and could have also been fined. She was laughing and bragging about instilling fear in Americans' lives, not the white terrorists that are blowing off people's heads in movie theaters and country music, concerts, going in churches and blowing off people's heads and stuff. She wasn't bragging about messing up their lives. She was pleased to laugh. She was pleased to separate black families. But we supposed to be listening to you bragging, rolling around here talking about how horrible it is to separate immigrant families and people that are not citizens of the United States of America? Please have several seats. That's a shame, family. And that's what I mean when I say blackface white supremacists. The most effective forms of white supremacy operates through a black face because your enemy looks like you. And the only reason why I said earlier that there is some question as to whether or not she's truly black is not because I'm saying that she's not black, because she lacks a black parent, which I believe she does have a black parent. And I know there's some question about that. I'm saying, I'm drawing a question around it because I'm wondering if she wants to be black for real. I told you Jake Tapper on CNN not too long ago specifically said as a black woman, as an African-American woman, and she, of her own volition, in the middle of that conversation, turned it around and said as a woman of color. She was dog whistling to other folks. So that's why I'm saying, I'm drawing some question as to some attention to that. Thank you, Diane, for your gift. Maybe return back to you 1,000-fold. So she's bragging about her terrible record. Now I'm going to go to this controversial news article that I read to you before that nobody wants me to read from, because this writer that Simone Sanders was beefing with, Luther Campbell, this writer that Simone Sanders was beefing with, what prompted her to tell other black men to shut your mouth, in so many words. In other words, this is what prompted her to tell black men that if you want to speak, you speak when spoken to. This is the article that Simone Sanders, and of course I'm giving the real interpretations of what she was doing, and showing you the implications of what she was doing. She telling black men, don't exercise your power as a free citizen in the United States by exercising your freedom of speech. Speak when spoken to is what she was trying to tell the black man. Thank you, Gary, for your gift. Maybe return back to you 1,000-fold. That's what she was doing. Listen to this. Okay, I just hit the wrong button. Here we go. Listen to this, family. And while I'm getting this together, be sure to text the word Queens again to 31996. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Of course, subscribe to FlyNubianQueen.com. And don't forget to support the other voices that are on this network throughout the week, family. Again, of course, I'm here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern daily. Michi, 8 p.m. Miguel tonight, 9:30. So don't you miss it. Okay, family? Here we go. By the way, let me take a quick sip from my mug, Black Media Matters, which you can get at shopfnq.com. Information should be in the comment section. Watch this. Y'all remember this article, right? Because we've been letting Simone Sanders have it. and other news publications have been getting in that butt. And I'm still waiting on her to apologize. Let me say this before I read this article. Simone Sanders, Sister Simone, you said in a tweet very arrogantly to black men who are literally still being lynched in 2019 and 2018. Somebody say Danye Jones. Somebody say Danye Jones. Somebody say the name Danye Jones. There are other nameless black men. And we know black women were certainly hung by trees, that strange fruit, as our songstress would call it, that strange fruit hanging in the poplar trees. Lynchings. Danye Jones was what? Y'all putting his name in. I see y'all putting his name in as we say his name. His mother, who was an activist, and she's still an activist, in Baltimore, Maryland, was standing on the front line on behalf of other black men that were murdered. And because she said she could only imagine what the parents were going through, she didn't want that to happen with hers. And that's one of the things that inspired Miss McKinney, that's Danye Jones's mother's name, to come forward and to be active and standing up for black men that are being murdered in her city and in her state. This is the group of men. This is that segment of society that Miss Simone Sanders has told to shut up and speak when spoken to. And we don't want your unsolicited opinions about Kamala Harris. And then she tried to play it. Oh, she did finally respond within the last 24 hours. I may go live on that later on this weekend, so y'all stay tuned. On how Simone tried to clean this mess up. But it is to those that are being hung that you tell them you don't want their unsolicited opinions. Thank you for your gift, 50 Nzinga. She said, thank you for your service, Miss Vicky. Give them hell. Thank you, beloved. May it be returned back to you 1,000-fold, beautiful queen. You don't speak that way to a whole segment of society. Imagine if Simone Sanders, and again, we believe in good, responsible actions on this network, on the Vicky Show that airs right here on Fly Nubian Queen TV daily, weekdays. We believe in being responsible with our power, right? And a part of your power is your social media reach. And it is okay to still ask your girl Simone Sanders on Instagram and on Twitter. We're still waiting for your apology. She's tried to turn around on one of her tweets recently and try to say that their voice is welcome there, but she wasn't for the misogyny. There was no misogyny in this news article. My question is, how would she look? What would be happening right now? Would she still have a job on CNN? And I'm not trying to be funny. I need you all to help me with this for real. I have no idea how many people are watching me right now. I can't see the thumbs up or likes or nothing, but I can see some comments coming up. So let me see. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. What if Simone Sanders said in her tweet that she was tired of LGBTQ folks expressing their unsolicited opinion? Okay, somebody said we got 760 some people, almost 800 some people watching. All right, awesome, thank you. What if she said, what if Simone Sanders keep texting, keep liking, keep sharing, saying we're doing awesome even without notifications, but we're still going to remain proactive? What if she said that, told LGBTQ folk, and put in a tweet that she start asking for their unsolicited opinion? What if she said that about white Jewish folks in the Jewish community? Would she still have a job on CNN right now? What if she said to the immigrant community, to the Hispanic community, that she is tired of them expressing, seeing their opinions pop up, their unsolicited opinions about Kamala Harris pop up? With those three groups of people, white Jewish folk, immigrants, and LGBTQ people. Oh my God, somebody said it best. Somebody said she be cutting lawns right now. Let me just hit the gavel on that. Y'all know that I know how to do that, don't you? Master of landscape. Somebody talk black to me in the belly of the beast. She would be cutting, let's say that. Let's keep that out there. Simone, you would be cutting somebody's yard right now. And I can help you with that. You would be driving a John Deere somewhere, baby.
What's wrong?
You would be blowing, you would be weed eating and edging something.
Here you go. Oh. It's cash money.
Kevin laughing at me talking about master landscaper. You got, yeah, exactly, bro. That's what I was doing on a military base. The prison had a contract. The federal prison I was in had a contract with the U.S. military for about 40 years of 40 hours a week, approximately, of our labor. Thank you for your gift, Apple IFC. Maybe return back to you 1,000-fold. Yes, sir. Getting paid about 17 cents an hour, I think, is what I was getting paid at that time. That was a bump up because I don't remember I think my first pay was like 12 cents or something. Talk black to me, somebody. You will be cutting the lawn somewhere. Thank you, Clowning, for your gift. Preach, sister. Love, John. Maybe return back to you 1,000-fold. You will be cutting somebody's grass. Simone. Sister Simone Sanders. We're still waiting for the apology. How does she feel so relaxed and not coming forth quickly to retract that statement altogether without conditions and apologizing for telling an entire segment of the American population, which is the black man, that she does not want to hear your unsolicited opinions? Again, replace her comments with white Jews. She would have no job at CNN right now if she said that. Replace that segment of the population with LGBTQ folk. Replace that with the Hispanic community, with the immigrant community. Cutting somebody's lawn somewhere. Cutting somebody's grass. We are still putting the pressure on where we need you to apologize formally to telling black men to shut up. I came after Howard Dean, the failed Democratic presidential candidate, who in a tweet some days ago, y'all remember I covered that? Y'all remember that? This white man, Howard Dean, in defense of Kamala Harris. You see all this drama that Kamala is this division and this dissension and these little fires that's popping up amongst the black community, all related to this woman? Well, Howard Dean, this white man, tells Tariq Nasheed, thank you, V. Monique. She said, you telling it this evening. Thank you, beloved. May your gift be returned back to you 1,000-fold. Howard Dean, the failed presidential candidate. He's a physician. He was the governor of Vermont, I believe it was. He was the head of the DNC at one time, I believe. A very powerful voice within the Democratic Party. He took to Twitter. How does this man take to Twitter to tell Tariq Nasheed, who was calling out how Kamala Harris's people are having her play up her ethnic traits, like her hair and her dancing, bopping around to Cardi B? He was exposing the fact that her team, her campaign is using her ethnic traits to try to appeal to black people using superficial things, using things that were not substantive. I think the hashtag is what? Tangibles? Black folks want tangibles for 2020. So he was calling out her team for trying to pimp us by using superficial ethnic traits like her hair and like bumping around to Cardi B. And Howard Dean crawls up out of the cave, which is not unfamiliar with some of them. Crawls up out of the cave, because we haven't heard from you in a long time, Howard, and told Tariq Nasheed, literally told him on Twitter, shut the F up. I said this physician, the former head of the Democratic National Convention, I believe that was the case, he was the head of the DNC if I'm not mistaken, former governor, former presidential candidate, tells a black thinker who is challenging Kamala Harris's black agenda and her record to shut the F up, and tells Tariq Nasheed that she can do her hair whatever way she wants to. This white man. Y'all know my hashtag, my other hashtag. Mind your own white business. Hashtag MYOWB. Is that right? Mind your own white business. Y'all got too much going on with the Catholic Church and pedophiles, raping children. You got too much going on with your white domestic terrorists. You got too much going on with your thieves and your fraudsters. You got too much going on in your world to be coming over onto pages of black thinkers to tell them to shut the F up, acting like you a savior for black folk. And so Simone decides that she's going to join that group and tell black men to shut up again. And y'all know I played for you the other day the audio from CNN, did we not? What did we play from the other day on CNN? And shout out to the Advised TV as well. They challenged Simone after our show, after our airing as well. They've been challenging her on Instagram too. And they showed a clip on from CNN, the very clip that we discussed here. What did we discuss? Where this white man by the name of Mr. Cuccinelli, y'all remember him? Told Simone to shut up in the middle of her commentary. Y'all remember that? She interrupted him a little bit and he told her, shut up. And Chris Cuomo tried to hurry up and jump in there and tell him, well, we don't allow that to talk to our guests like that. And Simone went crazy, but she feels real comfortable. I don't want us black women to be the tools for white supremacy. This is why I'm talking to us black women. See, our power is more than just about our intelligence. We're the mothers and fathers of civilization, so everybody and everything came out from us. The issue with black folk as well, especially black women, that's the reason why they hate Maxine Waters too. It has to do also with our melanin and our metaphysical makeup. Somebody talk black to me. A part of our power, family. See, the Angela Ryes of the world, the reason why I'm calling out our sisters, Angela Rye, and the tone in which they speak to us, the reason why I'm talking to Simone Sanders, the reason why I'm talking to you, Senator Kamala Harris, being dismissive in your comments on the show this morning for Tom Joyner, saying that you don't know that you could appeal to those group of people. There's some folks that's just going to think that you shouldn't have anything to do with the system. You know darn well we're not saying that at all. That's your way to avoid discussing your very provable and diabolical anti-black records. Talk black to me. The reason it's important because we are of melanin and our metaphysical makeup makes what we say powerful. You better hear what I have to say. When we speak as black women, the God himself backs our words. That's what makes it so powerful. And so when we're calling out true injustice against the enemy, that's why they get so mad, like how Donald Trump and all of those devils that he goes to rallies. Every time, you know how he always invokes Maxine Waters' name, because when you evoke the image of a black woman into the mind of Donald Trump's base, it activates them, it motivates them. God is behind our words. So that's why black women, we have to be careful. It's what makes us so good as spiritual people. It's what makes us so good as being prophetess. It's why we're so good at being clairvoyants and spiritual practitioners. God is behind our words. So when we misuse our power, instead of it having it squarely focused on our 464-year-old enemy, instead of all of that strength and that energy being directed at our 464-year-old enemy, when we turn it on each other, it becomes very dangerous. It becomes a big fat no. It becomes a no. It becomes, don't you do that or we'll call you out as a tool for white supremacy. I believe when I listened to Angela Rye talk, when she said about how black folks, she doesn't understand how we don't, how black folks don't understand basically black folks are immigrants too. I do believe that it's room. I can understand how folks believe that she was trying to say that black folks are immigrant. Maybe she said it at another time. But in the latest audio video that I heard, I could see that she maybe meant black folk, meaning like Haitian immigrants, Nigerian immigrants. You see what I'm saying? I could see how she meant other black immigrants. But the point is, I still felt that she was being condescending to us. Because when she was on the Breakfast Club, she also said that she didn't understand how come we don't understand that the immigration issue is a black issue, in other words. That is, to me, that's her trying to insult our intelligence by saying that we just don't get it. No, it's not that we don't get it. It's we've been in line for hundreds of years. It's not that we don't get it. And we don't appreciate you being condescending. And in her latest video, Angela Rye, that is, the one that she did while she was in the airport, it seems, where she said, for those, basically she was calling us slow, those in the back, the slow ones. And then she went on to say, if she ended it by saying dumbass, that's a no-no for black folk. You know why? You know why? Because the other folk don't have a 464-year history of oppression. We don't need y'all being condescending. We don't need you all being dismissive. Not when it's time for us to exert our power. We got enough moisture around this piece. I did a show on that yesterday. On the Terry Cruzes and the John Barnes of the world that's trying to cape for Liam Neeson, who expressed his murderous intention. He was actually acting on his murderous intention. He just couldn't find a black bastard, as he called him, that he could kill. We don't have time for the moisture. We're at war. Back to this article, really quick, that is reminding us of Kamala Harris, the one who I said doesn't believe fat meat is greasy. Kamala Harris will have trouble. This is again from Luther Campbell. He wrote this on February 5th. Kamala Harris will have trouble persuading black voters to make her president in 2020. This is why they're mad. Because we're starting to think for ourselves, to critically think. That's what knowledge will do. He talks about the fact that the U.S. Senator from California must explain why Donald Trump has a better prison reform record than she had as the Golden State Attorney General. He says, on the street, many blue-collar African Americans, thank you for your gift, John, especially men, have already made up their minds not to vote for her. Between 2004 and 2016, when Harris worked as San Francisco's district attorney and state attorney general, she supported legislation, pay attention to these facts, she supported legislation that sent kids who skipped school to jail, and she opposed federal supervision of California's prisons after a U.S. Supreme Court ruling declared the overcrowded facilities inflicted cruel and unusual punishments on inmates. Y'all, that's devilish. That's devilish. I'm trying to find the rest of this article. Watch this. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the rest of this. Give me just a second. Keep giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. This is who we're talking about. Okay, let me see. Here we go, here we go. Where's the rest of this article? Because we cannot miss this. When she appealed a court order, y'all listen to this. When she appealed a court order to implement new parole programs, I'm not going to let y'all forget this. Harris cited the need to use prisoners as slave labor to fight wildfires and pick up highway trash. Make that go violate, family. This is why we have major reservations with you, Kamala Harris. You are doing more. In a two-piece dress suit with your hair pinned under as Attorney General than any uniform Ku Klux Klansman could ever do. Somebody talk black to me. Like it or lump it. Like it or lump it. Am I telling the truth or am I telling the truth? We know there's so much more, but I'm just giving you some basics. And I intentionally used this article that was written in the Miami New Times. That's where he wrote this article. Is that a problem? You tell us we need to be quiet about that? woman wants to use their free labor? We're not going for that. Now let me say this really quick. Kamala Harris family, she does not believe, I believe, that she has calculated in her mind that she can afford to lose some of our votes. I believe that the Tom Joyner types, the Roland Martin types, the Simone Sanders types, she's counting on that group of black folk, and she's going to be counting on the vast infrastructure and organization of the historically black colleges and universities, sororities, and I dare say even fraternities. That's the power she's going to use to help us to try to force us to ignore her anti-black record and to win the nomination, even without us street people, us grassroots folk. Remember what she said in the audio. What did she say in the audio, y'all? She said, I stand by my record. And then she said, there's just some people that don't believe you should be a part of the system at all. And she said, what? She does not believe that she will ever be able to persuade us or to appeal to us. That was a mislabel. She did that intentionally. But that's what she said. And so I want to know from our young people that are in these historically black colleges and universities, because you all will have plenty of access to Kamala. You all have plenty of organizing power as well. I want to know what you're going to do about it on the local level to make your voice known, to make sure that wherever she is, you're going to be there too, and that you're going to put her record on blast. She said this morning, she feels like that she can make it based on the way she's behaving, the way she's acting, y'all. I really believe that. Thank you, Dolphin BUC, for your wonderful gift. Maybe return back to you 1,000-fold. She is calculating. She's not including us in the calculation of winning. She believes that she can do it without y'all. And I'm saying we need to be thinking very strategically, very seriously, as to how we're going to prove her wrong. Thank you, Sharice, for your gift. Maybe return back to you 1,000-fold. That's my dear sister right there. Family, very quickly, I want you to know that I'm about to launch in the very near future my first mastermind class. I am so excited about it. It's going to be a private group where we're going to be talking about 8 power principles over a 7 to 8 week period of time. You're going to have direct access to me, questions answered, all of that, but we're going to be talking about secrets to destiny. And it's going to be real, actionable things that you want to talk about at a price and at a rate that's just over, $1 a day or something like that for that period of time. I want you to please be sure to go to clubvicky.com. Y'all, don't that sound cute? Clubvicky.com. I am so excited. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm a girl from Mississippi. And so when you're living our destiny, it's exciting to share it with the world. So if you want to be a part of it, and I thank you, my moderators, put that information in the comment section. Clubvicky.com. We're ready to roll. We're ready to go. Clubvicky.com. We want you to go there, family, and sign up to be a part of this private mastermind group. Your life, your calling, your circumstance, your situation will never be the same. As an activist, as someone that has overcome much trials and tribulation, and someone that's living their destiny now and being launched into the world with the Vicky Show, amongst other things, I've got a few principles I think that might be able to help you to navigate. As someone that has faced some of the most powerful forces on planet Earth, as someone that did time and years in the belly of the beast and is still in the fight for justice today, I believe I have some things I'll be able to share with our dear family. So I want you to connect with me at clubvicky.com, and also you're simultaneously supporting the Fly Nubian Queen Empire, which is what Black business, family. So I'm going to just throw that out there really quick. Again, look for me this weekend because I might come on and do a little pop-ups live on your girl Simone Sanders, because I have her tweets and what she said over the last 24 hours. Thank you all for telling me how many of it was. Over 800 some folks that tuned in tonight without notification, family. Let me see you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, The Vicky Show, right here on FlyLivingQueenTV.com. Michi X is up next, 8 p.m. Again, Miguel, 9:30 p.m. All of them tonight. We can't wait to see you. There's so many other wonderful and interesting content that's constantly put up on FlyLivingQueenTV.com. We don't want you to miss it, and we're just getting started. We also are on Facebook at FlyLivingQueen.com. And again, we want you to go to our own URL, our own website at FlyLivingQueen.com to connect with us there. I thank you so much, to family. I hope to see you on my personal Instagram page at Vicky X Dillard. So sign up at Vicky X Dillard. Vicky X Dillard. Let me see you there. And you can go to my personal YouTube page at Vicky Dillard. Love you so much, family. You all are absolutely amazing. We're going to keep the pressure on these folks. We're not trying to be ugly against our own people. We're not trying to fight amongst ourselves either. But we're also not going to be supporting and nurturing white supremacy using blackface. The devil is a liar. And I'm talking about the real devil. I leave you in the manner in which I came. All of you, in peace. Assalamu alaikum. That is to say, shalom, hotel. Ma'at hotel, namaste. Free the land, beloved.
Make sure when you come in the building, you hit the like button. You can even hit the share button so we can get these notifications out. Man, what's going on? Peace. Javon, Big Dog Monster. Am I hating on P? Hating not at all, but we gonna have a conversation. Oh, that's definitely what we're going to do. We definitely going to have a conversation. See, this real topics over here, this for the grown folks. This ain't for the little kids with the little kid mentality. This for the grown folks. This ain't for you dudes with the little kid mentality. We're not going to hate on Pete at all, but we're going to have a discussion. We damn sure going to do that. Let that man do whatever he wants. That's a tax write-off. I'm not stopping him. I'm just going to make sure no more of the real cats that follow me, them young boys that follow me, that respect me. I'm going to make sure that they don't do the same thing that he did. I mean, because at the end of the day, a fool and his money should definitely perish. Oh, that's most definitely going to happen. But I'm just going to make sure, see, anybody that rock with me, don't follow into the footsteps of those fools, because the reality of it is, dudes like him get paid to do stuff like that, to mislead them young boys. I mean, because at the end of the day, you see Duke up in the strip club throwing $250K on some strippers, some bottom of the barrel chicks. That's cool. That's what he do. That's where his integrity is at. But they're going to turn around and ask the people to donate a GoFundMe for 21 Savage. Now, help me make sense out of that. So he had $250,000 to blow in a club on strippers. But then he going to turn around and ask everybody else to donate money for 21 Savage, who is another rich rapper. I'm trying to understand the foolery. Can you help me understand the foolery? I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. Hope he has receipts for the strippers to be able to write it off. I mean, it is what it is. You know, look at where we come from. I've sat back and watched many a dudes before this dude come along and throw money in the strip club, and then turn around and get on the phone, right? The next thing they do is turn around and get on the phone when they in the penitentiary and ask their wives and they cripple mothers for lawyer money. That's legal money he blowing. He could do that. I'm not going to tell that man what to do with his money, but I'm going to tell them dudes that's in the streets that know that when they get caught up, when the feds catch you, you know how Michael Jackson said, this is it. When those feds catch you, you know it's over with. I'm talking to them. Don't follow in his footsteps. That's legal money. So if he fall off his feet, it is what it is. But the ones that's trying to mimic these rappers now, because back in the days when I was growing up, the rappers hung out with the drug dealers. Because the drug dealers was the real deal. So the rappers started imitating the drug dealers. Now you got the rappers following the drug dealers following these rappers. You know why? Because these rappers are living a facade, but they being rewarded by the powers that be to keep you looking in the gutter, to keep your mind in the gutter. Homeboy could do whatever he want to do with his money. I'm telling you dudes that don't have it like that, because if you out on a block selling coke, dope, crack, you don't have it like that. Even if you got it like that at the moment, you ain't got it like that. Because when the feds come, they taking your jewelry, they taking your property, and they gonna wipe you out. You ain't gonna have no commissary. You ain't gonna have no lawyer. You know how many of my dudes I sat up there and watched them blow money week after week after week at a strip club? Week after week after week, I seen these dudes blow money at a strip club. And when the feds catch them, they was doing good. You the struggling one. You the one with the job. And you the one they calling on the phone talking about could they have some commissary. I done had dudes get mad at me in the penitentiary because I didn't send them commissary quick enough. And I'm sitting up there saying, well, your homeboy, I got out of the game. I wasn't hustling no more. You were still in the game doing better than everybody. And now you calling on the people that was doing less off than you was and asking them for money. You calling your mother while you in the penitentiary and asking them for money. Why? Because you decided to go to the strip club and throw all your money up in the air on some broad that ain't going to do nothing but throw that money away. I don't tell nobody what to do with their money because y'all can't tell me what to do with mine. It comes, it goes. You save for a rainy day. Nobody can tell somebody what to do with their money. But I will tell you, when times get hard, and when it rains, it pours. Believe me when I tell you. Because some of these cases that y'all dudes is about to catch, trying to keep up with the P's and keep up with the Meeches, I can guarantee you right now, Meech asking somebody for some goddamn commissary when he gave the feds back over $200 million. Not a quarter. Over $200 million that man gave back to the feds. And I can guarantee you, when y'all sit up there, y'all try to follow these rappers. Come on, these rappers is leading you to the hellfire. And they know what they doing. They know what they doing. This dude went in a strip club and blew $250,000 on some strippers who done had 1,000 packs of Franks rubbing on their back all night. But then it'll be the same dudes that sit up there and tell you that they don't trick. How you don't trick? You just spoiled every hoe in a strip club. How you don't trick? I don't know. We come from a different era, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shorties be having a bunch of different packs of Franks on their face, on their neck, on their back, and you blew $250K on her? Where they do that at? But the good girl that's at home every night, making dinner, waiting for a man to come home, she at home every night with a good dinner, waiting for a good man. They don't get rewarded nothing. But these hoes, that's hellfire. It's mental hellfire. It's mental hellfire. It's mental hellfire. Then you got to sit back and you got to think, what message is you giving to the good girls? The good girls don't want to be good no more. Because the good girls are sitting up there saying, yo, all of the hoes are getting rewarded. And all of the good girls is getting stepped on. All of the dudes out there is worshiping and praising these internet hoes, these strip club hoes. But the good women with virtue, with integrity, they're getting stomped out, they're getting stepped on. They ain't getting no respect. It is what it is. A sucker's born every day. I ain't telling a dude what to do with his. I'm just looking with disgust like, ew, ew, ew. It is what it is. Sometimes in life, you got to separate the boys from the men. Peace and love to all the people in the chat room, all my mods. Make sure y'all hit that like button coming in, people, because y'all know they're not giving out my own notifications like that. That's right, ew. Come on, like, where they do that at? Where they do that at? I'm not going to tell a man what to do. Do him. I'm just telling you that follow me, don't do that. You ain't got it like that. Don't do that. Hassan, did you see the military drill in urban LA? Now I got to look into that. I heard somebody talking about it, but I didn't really look into it yet. They don't like this kind of teaching. Of course they don't. They're not going to get the ignorance over here. I do a little bit of celebrity gossip on my big page because that's what the people want. But if you notice, when I do that celebrity gossip, it's always a twist that I got to it. It's always a twist that I got to it when I'm talking. It's always a message. It's always a message. It's always going to be a message, man. Dudes is bugging. They trying to lead these young boys into a trap. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I know dudes in the game that make millions. And right now, they struggling. But they cool with struggling because they home. And they still able to take care of their family. But they wish that they would have invested their money in something so that they didn't have to go back to work for nobody. Don't nobody in their right mind want to go put in an application with somebody that does not respect you as a people, but you asking them for a job. You kissing their ass for a job. You got to put in an application and ask somebody for a job, but you had enough money to blow $20,000 or $30,000 in a strip club, $5,000 in a strip club. That's ass backwards. When you got that kind of money to throw away, you should never in the future have to ask anybody for a job. Your children should never have to ask anybody for a job. Don't do what you see these celebrities do. They get paid to lead your ass into that mental hellfire, that physical hellfire, that financial hellfire. I remember back in the days watching Dame Dash on MTV Cribs. He was in Mariah Carey's crib. He had a pair of socks on. He took the socks off. He said, you see these socks? They still white. I wore them once. You'll never see them again. He threw them in the garbage. Now you look at Dame. He's still talking that boss talk, but Dame ain't got that boss money no more. He ain't no different from the rest of us. That dude money low. His money low. He went from the 400, 500 million crew to I'm just one of y'all now crew. Just fronting like I got more than what I have. That's a fool that will perish with his money. Invest your money. Hold your money. Start businesses. Start small businesses. I don't give a damn if you go into the barbershop selling pies. I don't give a damn if you sending your kids to school with candies and cookies to sell to the rest of the students that got their lunch money. But you better start a business. Money is power. And you giving away your power every time you sit up there and you throw it in the air in a strip club. And for what? For what? Them dudes trying to lead y'all to the hellfire. I don't care what he do with his money. I care what you do with your money when your children ain't got a proper schooling. Your children ain't going to the proper schools. Your children don't have proper babysitters, so you got to worry about the babysitter, the uncle in the family family doing something he ain't got no business to your children while your wife out there working. Nah, we can't live like them. We can't afford that. We don't have that luxury to do what they do. And they doing that off of our expense. So you should feel real stupid that we always have a habit of putting people in power that'll sit up there and won't give back to the community at all unless it's a tax write-off, which means you ain't gonna never see that. They'll give you some book bags, but they ain't gonna never sit up there and say, hey, here's some farmland, here's some fresh water. Hey, here's some factories where I can guarantee at least 5,000 people a job. Nope. Hell no. They're gonna keep you in mental slavery. That's what they doing. Stop following these fools. That's mental slavery. Everybody sitting up there asking for reparations. Well, what are you going to do when you get reparations? Throw it up in the air in a strip club?
Oh my God.
How do people question God's laws and the hellfire but believe and obey man's laws and know if they break the rules, their souls will be snatched? FBI raids at 5 a.m. Yep. And throwing the fire, the fire prison. They damn sure do. People don't pay attention, though. They don't pay attention. It is what it is, man. In this world, you only live once. You only live once. There's a lot of money invested. I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this. There's a lot of money invested to keep you dumb. Now, all of a sudden, you know, Tekashi 6ix9ine ain't here to troll you no more. So what they going to do? They're going to try everything in their power. Now you got to sit up there and listen to Chris Brown beefing with the Migos. You want to impress me? One of y'all shoot the next one. It is what it is. Chris Brown, go shoot Migo. Migo, go shoot Chris Brown. If not, stop it. Because I know it's bullshit. They got to keep something in front of our face to keep us distracted from the laws that's being passed. I mean, the reality of it is we just came from a verge of the government shutdown. For how many days? Was it 27 days? Government shutdown. And then we supposed to be moving back towards the government shutdown. We don't know exactly what's going to happen at all. But we know we're going in that direction. And yet and still, like I said, I'm going to be that voice of reasoning. When y'all listen to me, you're going to hear Hassan Campbell said, don't do what P did. He can afford to do that. They probably gave him the money to throw it up in the air like that. He could afford that. Can you afford it? No. But nevertheless, yet and still, he threw that $250K on some stripper hoes. They're like frankfurters on their neck and their back all day, all night, smelling like everybody's hands and balls and feet that touched them in that strip club. But asked money. He asked everybody for money for 21 Savage to get him out. So you're going to ask the poor or even other rappers that have less than him to get a rich rapper out who has a lawyer for a daddy. Who has a lawyer for a daddy. Funny part about it is, y'all got to sit back and analyze now. Let me show you how much games they play. I didn't even know that 21 Savage father was on the radio station. He was on the radio station, Hot 97. 21 Savage was on a radio station. They never said they was father and son. But yet his father been in his life his whole life. So now peep game, people. Charlamagne sits on the radio and sits up there and says, oh, I didn't know that we were supposed to let the secret out that his father was a doctor. Then I'm listening to the audio of 21 Savage sitting up there talking about how he's basically charging other rappers to sell them a fake image, starting at $90,000. So the same fake image that he sold y'all, he's helping other people to sell. Then I got people in the comment section, oh, 21 Savage is real. He got shot. You know how many suckers I know got shot in the hood? That's how I could tell y'all not from the hood. Do you know how many people I know got shot just for standing outside on a sunny day trying to enjoy their day? You getting shot don't make you real. Y'all being sold this false image from these dudes to lead you to the hellfire. And y'all falling for it. These rappers are demonic. They satanic. They took an oath to leave you in this mental, physical, financial hellfire called the hood. They took an oath not to help you, not to save you. That's why you see dudes like Akon going to Africa, opening up diamond mines and doing whatever it is, electricity, because he can do that there. You can't save the Negro in America. They're not trying to hear that. They don't want you to be saved. Snap, thanks for the donation. Real spit, bro. Wasteful getting a hangout cracking tomorrow. We definitely got to get a hangout going. I guess I'll be able to let you know exactly how I can do it, depending on what time I'm going to get out of the hospital or what time I'm going to get there. We can figure it out from there. Maybe even tonight. I don't know. Maybe even tonight. It depends. It all depends, though. And don't talk about my doggone kids' Hello Kitty cup, neither. Y'all know y'all like to talk a lot of trash. Yeah, I'm drinking out of Hello Kitty cup. I got children. What up, Daisy? Take me with you, Oz. It is what it is, man. We got to stop the mental brainwashing that's going on. We definitely got to stop the mental brainwashing that's going on. Yo, Poppy, real happy to see you back on that real shit done. Keep them real words moving, my G. One love, Underground P. Oh, we definitely gonna do that. We definitely gonna keep it real. We ain't got no choice but to. That's what I'm here for. We gotta separate the real from the fake. There's 513 people in this building. Make sure y'all hit the share button and the like button so we can keep ourselves in the search engine. Seems you feeling better, good for you. I mean, nah, I ain't really feeling better. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I ain't feeling better. I'm starting to see a lot of stuff in life that really, really irritates me. It's like, I don't know, we living in the times of social media where people don't call each other on the phone no more. They might spy on your social media page. We living in the times in the day where you might go, you know, I don't know. Family just ain't the same no more, people. That's all I really got to say. Like, family ain't the same no more. The people that's supposed to be there for you, they not there for you. And nowadays, you'll see all the memes. And I might even say it to you now, like, you know what? Don't expect nothing from nobody. Straight up and down. Do not expect anything from anybody. I don't care if you drove them to work 7 days a week. If you cooked them food, don't expect nothing from people. Because the reality of it is, after you bust your ass for them, they will turn around and tell you, I don't owe you nothing. I never promised you nothing. And then you have to accept that, knowing that you done gave people your blood, sweat, and tears. And then they turn around and they'll give you their ass to kiss. It is what it is, man. I just want y'all to stay up and pay attention to the times, man. People are changing. People are changing. Shit ain't the same no more. It don't even feel the same. The world don't feel the same no more. It don't feel the same no more. It don't feel the same no more. We don't want to see each other happy. We definitely don't want to see each other happy. We can't smile. See, I done been miserable dealing with a lot of things that I had to deal with and endure throughout the years. A lot of betrayal, a lot of treachery. So it made me feel a little bit bitter. I could definitely admit that. Knowing that I was one of those dudes that put my life on the line and broke my back for a lot of people. And when it was their turn to come say, yo, brother, I got you, they was nowhere to be found. It is what it is. I don't even think y'all understand. Like, I've literally broke my back in these streets. I could have been in jail for the rest of my life 1,000 times over for all these old-time OGs, all these fake dudes that you thought was real, that raised you in the game. But when it came time for them to stand next to me, nah, they wasn't here. The music industry is filled with suckers. I know. That's why I tell y'all, straight up and down, man, I hate the way the youth, not just the youth too, some of these grown people, the way they sweat in this music industry. This music industry is demonic. It's foul. It's foul. Y'all know I came from the Zulu Nation. That is the first family of hip-hop. The Zulu Nation is the first family of hip-hop. The first family. And I've seen a lot dealing with them. I've been around a lot of rappers. I've seen a lot. This game is a satanic game. This game, there's no loyalty in it. This game, anything and everything goes. Like, for example, last video I put up on my big channel, these dudes will tell you, stop snitching. It ain't cool to be a snitch, but everybody running around with P. Diddy, right? P. Diddy ratted. Oh, T.I. didn't rat. Yes, he did. That them dudes that killed his man and that drive-by, the reason why he got those guns, he testified on them. He testified. It is what it is. Times ain't the same no more. Your favorite rapper can sit up there and pull a R. Kelly on some young girls, and then when the people know about it, they don't even care. You see so many celebrities right now backing R. Kelly, but what about them little girls? And now even in my situation, and let me set the record straight again, because I'm gonna make this real quick, because I'm tired of saying the same thing. I had a brother say in the comment section, I used to support you until I seen you with those pictures with Africa Bambaataa, but you act like you hate him. Now let me set the record straight. Africa Bambaataa raised me. Those pictures that people were showing me with Africa Bambaataa, I posted those pictures before I exposed Africa Bambaataa. After a while, after all my life of being silent, one day I chose to tell on him. Those photos that was already up was my proof that I knew the man, because people would sit up there and say you don't even know him. The same way Africa Bambaataa sat up there and said Pete Stinger didn't know him, but those photos was up before I exposed Africa Bambaataa, because I was still running with the Zulu Nation. I was still working with the Zulu Nation, the same people that raised me. What part y'all don't get? Are you dumb or are you slow? Are you dumb or are you slow? What brought out all of the animosity? Look at what I had to endure after I exposed him. Or did y'all not hear the stories about TC Islam, which was one of my closest friends, who helped to raise me in this game? One of the first ones who brought me out of town was murdered behind the same beef. That's why there's so much animosity after all of this. Who wouldn't have animosity when you sit up there seeing all of the stuff that I seen behind the scenes that y'all don't know about? Who wouldn't have animosity? Who wouldn't have animosity when you got people clowning you, talking about that's why you got thawed? You telling on a pedophile for what he did to so many, and he's still doing, trying to get him to stop, because you want him to legitimately stop. Because recently he was stabbed by somebody because he took advantage of them, and you trying to get him to stop, and the people make fun of you. This is the industry. This is the world we living in. It is what it is. The industry is filled with this. Then when you get hungry again, look at Raz B. Look at Raz B. Now he getting ready to go on tour with the same people that took advantage of him. Why? Because he hungry. That's what poverty will make you do. That's why you don't throw your money in the air. That's why people throwing your money all up in the air. For what? A fool and their money should perish. B2K was on top of the game. Now they doing reality TV shows getting what? A couple of dollars an episode? So now he's reduced to going back around the same dudes that didn't want to stand by him when he exposed Chris Stokes. Hell no, I don't believe Prodigy choked. A song, why does the Illuminati oppress every group of people and make us slaves, but give passes to the Jews and let them live American dream while all of us are stuck in hell? I mean, you got to be careful when you're talking about them Jews. Every time I talk about them, my views go down. Every time I talk about them, nobody gets no notifications. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. I mean, the reality of it is, money is power, money is slavery. Even though the people are the real money, but they make us compete for the dollar bill. And if you competing for that dollar bill and you got to sign up, instead of throwing a $250K in a strip club, you take that money and invest it. You don't have to ask anybody for no jobs. Now you creating businesses and you creating villages. They don't want that. The main objective is to keep you piled on top of each other in these low-income neighborhoods, even the middle-class neighborhoods, keep you piled up on top of each other. But in the middle-class neighborhoods, you got a little bit more space. It's a little better. You live a little bit better. But see, the truth of the matter is that the middle class suffers more than anybody. Poor people are used to being poor, but the middle class, there's nowhere else for them to go but back down. And that fall is going to be hard when they got to go back down. So this is what they do. They make you sit up there and chase the dollar bill, which is slavery. Then what they do is they take you black people, they take the dumbest, the most ignorant of us, because it used to be the most talented, and then they make them stars. So now you got to watch somebody that don't have no college degree, that don't have a 5th grade education, become a millionaire, 100 millionaire, and you sit up there working for $13 an hour on Section 8 trying to figure out how to rob Peter and pay Paul. This is what they do to you. They humiliate you. Because it used to be talent like Michael Jackson, Prince, and even the R. Kellys. It used to be talent like that. Now you got Trippie Reds, Kodak Blacks. These celebrities you got now is trash. This is what you're dealing with. They humiliate you. They take the lowest of the lowest, the bottom of the barrel, and they take them, like Tekashi 6ix9ine is the wackest rapper. He's the wackest. Yeah, he got a couple of hits he done actually made because y'all made them hits. That's not the era of music that we come from, that I come from. No, I'm sorry. You think I would really sit up there and play some Tekashi 6ix9ine over some old school G-Unit? No. You think I would play Tekashi 6ix9ine over some Mobb Deep? No. You think I would play some Tekashi 6ix9ine over some DMX? No. No, absolutely not. There was a day and a time that boy wouldn't even been able to do what they did, but they make a mockery out of you. They take trashy rappers that don't even have no flow, they have no content. They just say a couple of dumb words and then throw them out there. And then you are forced to listen to this bull crap every time you turn on the radio. That's why I say turn the radio off. Turn it off. Stop supporting it. I mean, Lil Uzi Vert, that dude looked like a catastrophe. I'm sorry. Like, look at these dudes. This is what they throwing in front of you. But the talented artists is like they don't go nowhere. That's why, back in the days, I used to sit up there and I used to tell dudes like, yo, your music is trash. You ain't going nowhere. Nowadays, you can't tell somebody that got trashy music that they can't win because the industry is trashy. Yeah, they all look like drug addicts. They damn sure do all look like drug addicts. I don't care for Tekashi. I'm 27. He was known to me as Skittlehead. Yep. Joshua Rivers. Talent don't pay the bills no more. It's about gimmicks. Yep, it sure enough is. Followers, views, and popularity. Having money don't mean you not lame. It damn sure don't. Because the truth of the matter is, Puff Daddy lame. He a lame. He's a prime example of when you give a coward some power. Puff is a coward. Black people better wake up. We better wake our children up to what's going on. Peep what's going on. Wake your children up. Wake them up. You talk about these celebrities, these dudes get mad. You hating. No, I ain't hating. They selling you down Schitt's Creek. Like, come on, man. That's that new Southern Coon movement, as my brother say. I ain't gonna even lie, for years, the South been reminding me of the plantation, but I can't even talk about the South no more because New York done lost its style. New York used to have all the flavor. Now New York, please. New York will follow anybody now. New York will follow anybody now. The celebrities are all slaves. The working people are all slaves. I mean, come on, man. You could put a picture up on social media of a missing kid, and people will not share it. Ain't no love here no more. Don't get me wrong. You got some artists in the South that's hot. I would never say that they don't. I'm just saying now. Look at the caliber of dudes that they putting out everywhere, whether it be the South, whether it be California, whether it be New York. All of it is ignorance. I mean, come on. Trippie Redd, look at him. Shorty look like an STD. Look at him. Trippie Redd, Tekashi 6ix9ine. I mean, come on. He had the wackest verse on 50 Cent song. It was disgusting. Lil Uzi. Come on, man. Whose son is that? Poppy, please read my comment, homie. I'll try my best to read your comment. It'd be hard for me to look at all y'all comments, because y'all know I can't see for shit. Poppy, have you noticed the Jews kids ain't getting autism, but all of ours are? Because the Jews kids is not taking these vaccines. They're not taking these vaccines. They're not eating from the same foods that we eating from. They're not drinking from the same water supply that we drinking from. Y'all gotta wake up and smell the coffee. They're not drinking our water. They're not eating our foods. The world is a passageway to heaven and hell. You pick your way. Yeah, I know. And people will sit up there and tell you, no, ain't no heaven, ain't no hell. Heaven and hell starts right in your mental. You ever seen a crackhead? That's eternal hellfire. You ever seen somebody in the hospital suffering from kidney failure, lung failure, heart failure? That's hellfire. Your diet got you there. Diabetes, hellfire. You ever seen somebody in the box in the penitentiary crying, begging and pleading for commissary, wanting to come home? That's hellfire. You ever seen somebody that's always angry? Always angry. Hellfire. You ever seen somebody that's always jealous? They look always envious? That's hellfire. That's mental hellfire. You ever seen somebody that's always depressed, but yet they got hot water, they got food, they got a roof over their head, but they always in a state of depression? That's hellfire. You got different stages to that hellfire. You create your own hellfire right here on this earth. You create that. There's a brother in Detroit that's helping young men through martial arts. Maybe that's a remedy from driving some black men from the new hip-hop wave. You know what, man? All we can do is help. If you shoot basketball, if you do music, if you do construction, if you do boxing, whatever you do that you can contribute, a smile is charity. Holding the door for somebody is charity. Getting up out of your seat on a train, on a bus, for an elderly, pregnant woman, or somebody that's injured, that's charity. There's many ways we could give back in this world. Thanks for hearing me out, Poppy, no doubt. So what's heaven, Poppy? Peace from within. What's heaven? When you can actually go in your refrigerator and feed your family. When you can sit down in your house and you can turn on your electricity, when you can pay your bills, or better yet, when you can go to the bathroom, when you can use toilet paper, when you can pick up a phone and say, hey mom, hey dad, you still got your mom and you still got your dad? When you can call your children and all their limbs is working and they okay? When you can go to sleep at nighttime in a bed? It's different stages of heaven. Because you know what? I've done watched videos of people in Africa that was living in huts, shacks, And they didn't see nothing wrong with it. They was happy. Americans are ungrateful and spoiled. We got too much. I don't have any clothes, but damn, you got about 60 outfits. But you ain't got no clothes. Ain't no food in the house. I see peanut butter and jelly. I see bread. I see tuna fish. What you mean you ain't got no food in the house? I see pancakes. I see syrup. What you mean you ain't got no food in the house? African Americans, Americans period, are ungrateful. But African Americans, we greedy. We want it all. We greedy. So what's the name of the vaccine that gave our kids autism? Serious question. I actually have to look up the name of that vaccine. I don't trust none of them. Hip Hop Classic gave a shout out to you, bro. That's what's up. You know, I try to support some of these other dudes or whatever the case may be, these other platforms. I come in peace. But at the same time, if I see something I don't like, I'm going to speak on it. It is what it is. Like I said, people, I'm never going to tell the people what to do with their money. P, he can throw all his money away. I don't want you to do that. If you know you only up for a short period of time, don't throw that money in no strip club. Don't throw no $5,000, $10,000, or even $500 in a strip club. Hell no. Invest that in your neighbors. You got a little kid that like to play video games, and he's good at it? Invest it in him. Buy him some games. Put him on YouTube. Let him make some money. You got a little girl that like to braid hair? Get her some combs and some rubber bands and some beads or whatever she do. Some packs or whatever, hair, whatever, give it to her. Invest in her, starting her small business so she can braid hair. So then when you sit up there and you invest in these people around you, when you fall, if your money not coming in no more like it used to, you can go back to them and help get back on your feet because you invested in the people around you. You ain't getting nothing back from that strip club. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I ain't telling that man what to do with his. I'm telling you what to do with yours so you can stay afloat because you ain't got the money that he got. It is what it is. That's all I'm saying. Sit on your money, people. You don't have to spend it on. Right, concealed ringleader. Right. Sit on your money. Yo, have you seen that Pizzagate place that's opening up in Brooklyn? Now, I haven't seen it, but the crazy part about it is that if you use that word, Pizzagate, in your title, sex trafficking, Pizzagate, and all the rest of that, YouTube will straight snatch your videos down. Yeah, it's crazy out there. YouTube will snatch your videos straight down. Yeah, shit is real. You killing Bam? I hear that. Poppy, what are the underground military cities used for? And what's the point of having $1 trillion worth of weapons if the Illuminati never uses it? The point is to make sure whenever the sleeping people wake up, they can put you back in your place. That's one. Two, there's going to come a time where, whether it be Ebola, swine flu virus, or any of these, of the H1N1, any of these viruses that they release, they're going to reduce the world's population through World War III, through plague, through martial law. They're going to reduce the world's population so that they can better control the world. It's been written. They've been talking about doing this for over 1,000 years now. They've been writing and talking about this. It's in the scriptures. They've been writing about it. It's going to come. The underground cities is for when they sit up there and they nuke the top of us, whether they use China to do it, whether they use Russia to do it, they will be in the underground cities using the satellites and the stars to watch what's going on top. It's not meant for you to survive. They don't want everybody to survive, but they want some people to survive. So when they come back out, they can deal with deal with us and treat you and put you back into mental slavery. I'm mentally, physically, spiritually ready. We all got to get ready. We definitely got to get ready. One of the best things that you can do is something that I'm about to start trying to teach y'all how to do and get back into doing myself, is fasting. Start fasting. Whether it be a fruit fast or whether it be a fast where you take away food and water for a specific amount of hours, but start fasting. It's very, very good for you, because when you fast, you pretty much starve your stomach. Every day, constantly, you're making your stomach work. You're making your organs work. Sometimes you got to let it get a rest. You got to let it get a rest. You got to let your stomach rest. You got to let your kidneys rest. You got to let your liver rest. So fasting is real good. There's many benefits that come from fasting. Start fasting. Plus, on top of that, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you don't have enough food, but you got to feed your children, you know that you're going to have to make sacrifices on some of that water. You're going to have to make sacrifices on some of that food. You have to cut back. That's right, starve your desires, yes. Sex, learn to refrain from that. Drinking soda, alcohol, smoking cigarettes, weed. You got to learn to control your urges. Free Metula, I'm with that. I would love to see the day that they free Metula Shakur, Geronimo Pratt, and all of the rest of their own political brothers that was locked up. Fasting is very important when it comes to working out. Yes, fasting is very important, period, man. We definitely got to fast. We got to get our minds right, mind, body, and soul. I'm going to tell y'all something else, too. You know, when I sit back and I look at the conditions of my mother and how her body is breaking down on her. A lot of that comes from poor diet. A lot of it came from poor diet. So it comes a time and a point where we have to reevaluate what we're putting in our mouths on a daily basis. How much we taking in, going to the doctor, making sure our blood levels is right, making sure you're not diabetic or on the verge of being a diabetic, making sure you're not overweight. It's definitely time for us to get on our job. Yes, the alkaline diet is definitely the key, but you also got to understand something too. The alkaline diet is being poisoned with the pesticides, so it's like you still got to fast, because too much of anything is no good nowadays. The water got fluoride. The vegetables got pesticide. The fruits don't have no seeds in it no more. This is warfare, people. You eating seedless fruits. Understand that. And as long as you keep getting seedless fruits and you don't grab them seeds out of your fruits and put them in a jar, preserve them for later on, for them rainy days, so you can replant them seeds, it's going to come a time where you won't be able to find fruits with no seeds, so you won't be able to replant and grow in a garden so you can feed your family. They got you. They got you by the balls. The fruits don't even taste the same. I bet. You can't even harvest rainwater. It's illegal. I tell people all that all the time. Nope, you can't. I'm going to grow me a lemon tree this spring. That would be dope right there. Doctors don't get paid to keep you healthy in America. No, they sure enough don't. That's why they killed Dr. Sebi. See, my only problem with Dr. Sebi is that Dr. Sebi, he could have did a whole lot more for the people. Dr. Sebi was about his money, and I ain't like that. There's another dude that I want y'all to look into. His name is Patrick Delves. Patrick is 10 times to me better than Dr. Sebi because Patrick teaches you for free what to use, how to use, where to get it from, and how to heal your body. Dr. Sebi, anything that you got from Dr. Sebi, you had to spend thousands of dollars. Trust me, I know a lot of people that purchased from Dr. Sebi, and Dr. Sebi was raping people's pockets. Patrick Delves, look him up on Facebook. Patrick Delves, Delves. That brother right there is no joke. I would love to work with Patrick. Patrick is off the meat rack. He teaches you a lot about the herbs, about where to get it from, what to take, and I'm telling you, look him up. That brother's A1. As a matter of fact, I might reach out to him and see if I could put a couple of his videos up on my page just to show you, what kind of content he has and what he's teaching. He gives you the information for free. Dr. Sebi was overcharging people, thousands. Yeah, so people, I'm pretty much gonna go live again tonight. Once I get home, I'll be going live. I'll be going live from the computer, so maybe I could actually show y'all some things and get into some other topics or whatever the case may be. And just look out for my next live. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and peace and love to everybody that's came through. Peace out.
Let's talk about game.
It sounds like a crazy segue.
Segue, man. Let's fucking talk about game.
Good rapper. But what? Yeah. Let's get to the shit. Should we just have a game combo before we get to that shit?
That is exactly what should happen.
Okay, so let's have a game.
So Lipstick Alley says that Lipstick Alley says it's corny now that since we got the bag, we have to explain everything to a newer audience because a lot of them are day ones.
We've been doing that for a while, though, Kevin.
But a lot of them are day ones, so understand the day ones feelings toward explaining things. I just told y'all that I hate that we have to sometimes question our quote unquote edge.
Meanwhile, a desperate effort to divert your attention, Speaker Nancy Pelosi pulling a political stunt today, trying to urge the president to delay the State of the Union address until the government shutdown.
Do this, we've seen all these people recently, right, getting in trouble for blackface, right? Shout out to you, Ben. He said, I was skeptical of you at first, but your willingness to be open-minded and seemingly hard work ethic is impressive. Keep up, keep with the progress. Well, shout out to you, King. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. And shout out to you, Deborah Turner. Thank you for that, Queen. So I want you guys to, think about that. That's all it's saying. It's saying you niggas keep us paid. Black people are the very thing that has kept this country going up until this point. I've told y'all before that if we was to tell them that we were all going to leave, they swear, go back to Africa. So if we all decided to get up one day, all of us, and we was like, well, I don't know about going back because most of us have never been there. You got to be somewhere to go back to it. I'm just saying, why don't you go your ass back to Europe? Just saying, right? But if we decided to do that, they wouldn't let us. I guarantee you they wouldn't let us. They would probably charge us all kind of money to make it impossible. If we was going to all leave the country, they'd tax us and say, if you leaving this motherfucker, you got to buy your citizenship away to get out of here, right? They wouldn't let us leave. This whole country would change in a heartbeat. The stock market would drop in a heartbeat. It would change the very foundation of the economical system, the prison system, and the school system. But understand that all of those systems come back to the economical system. It's all about money. If we all left, we would bankrupt this goddamn country. Fuck a Detroit, right? The United States of America would be fucking asking for some help because they would be bankrupt because their biggest asset, black people, would be gone.
So Prada can kiss my ass, right? Talking about they don't know. We've seen too many blackface stories in the news, right? So they thought they was slick, and these motherfuckers thought they was gonna make a blackface sweater and say, oh, it's just a sweater. It's just a sweater. Fucking fuck you, Gucci. And if you're black and you buy some more Gucci shit, you's a fool. If you're going to learn anything from white people, learn how to use people the same way they use people. Before you buy Gucci, go find out what their stock price is. I'm sure that for a Gucci purse or that ugly ass $800 sweater, you could easily buy you several shares of that stock. So this is what you do. You go and take your money instead of buying an ugly sweater, and you use the white man that has already built a foundation for you, because you know when you buy a share of a stock, that means you are part owner in the company. So we want a piece of Gucci, but we don't want a piece of Gucci. If you know what I'm saying. Go buy a goddamn stock. And now all the work that these people are doing, you're going to receive something back. We just give them all that money and you receive some shit that's going to tear up and break down. I don't give a fuck if it's a nice shoe when you first get it. A shoe only going to last you so long. I don't give a fuck if you pay $1 million for a belt. It is not going to last you all your life. So why not go and buy the shares so if you can come up off the backs of white people just like they come up off the backs of us? Go just put your money in somewhere and benefit off the fucking work that they've done. But no, they put it out there because they know we're not going to buy stocks. We're going to go out there and buy the damn Gucci belt and them ugly ass sweaters. Gucci was telling y'all, fuck y'all. We're going to do blackface in a way that we can act like we didn't know. You know, y'all don't got to paint your face on white people. Just come and get one of these sweaters. Somebody going to buy that shit that's white and they going to say that shit until Halloween and they going to throw it on instead of putting the black paint on their face. And be like, well, it was just a sweater. It was cold. They're going to try and play it off like it's not blackface. I want to catch you one of them sweaters on. I'm going to put that little mouth part and just pull it over your head, put it around your neck, choke the shit out of you with it. So please, somebody wear that shit in front of me. I want you to, right? I want you to. Because ain't no other reason unless you're just being a racist ass, disrespectful, sarcastic motherfucker that you would even put that sweater on. Because it's ugly as fuck. It really is. I don't know who would wear it. You're just trying to be funny. So please, white people, wear that shit around me. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to know who bought that shit for $800. If y'all catch somebody in it, please send me the picture because I want to know who the fuck bought this ugly ass sweater for $800. Right? If you ain't a racist, then I just need to know who the fuck it is. So I wish I would see somebody walk around. And check this out. This is how you know it's blackface, right? Because it's not like the sweater comes in different colors. Now, if the sweater was white, with coming up on your face with this open mouth holes. I ain't gonna tell you what one of the people said. Look, I'm already explicit on here and I want to be nice about this. Somebody said it was a sweater for Becky, right? To give some fellatio. It was a fellatio sweater because it come up on your neck, but it got the mouth part open, but it's these big ass red lips. Now, if you saw that sweater, right? Shout out to you, Supreme Third Eye. Thank you for that 1111, King. We appreciate you, right? So if you saw this sweater in pink, it was a pink sweater, right? And it had these big red lips around it. It would have a completely different, tone to the sweater. It would still be ugly as fuck, but it wouldn't cross me as blackface, right? If it was all white and it had the red mouth around it, I would just be like, that's an ugly ass sweater. But I wouldn't think blackface. So why does the sweater only come in black? Right? Listen with that bullshit, Gucci. And y'all ought to see that bullshit. And y'all need to stop giving them your damn money. That's what I want black folks to stop doing, right? So, with that said, we're going to move on to the next story because we got some more fuckery up in here tonight, right? So we done talked about, if you could just come into the live, let me welcome you first of all. And thank you for tuning in on a Friday night, hanging out with your girl. When y'all could be out spending all your paycheck in a matter of 2 hours, giving it to a bunch of white people. But instead, you're at home and you chilling. Keep them dollars in your pocket, right? Don't run around and go give it away too fast. Hold on to a little bit of it and put in a black business somewhere, right? But I want to welcome y'all to the live. I want to thank you for tuning in and tell you that you're Fly Nubian Queen TV. I'm your host, Michi X, and I am here Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, you guys. You can also catch Vicky Dillard. She's on here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. And this evening at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, when I get off Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, you can catch Miguel Nunez, you guys. And so, and we do have a sister, Danielle Pierce. Let me not forget that queen. And she is here Tuesdays and Thursdays teaching about real estate and business, all of that good stuff y'all need to know about, right? That y'all should put your money in, like flipping houses and shit, and going to estate sales instead of buying Gucci and Prada, okay? So y'all check her out, too. She's here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, you guys? But if it's your first time here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button, you guys. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, but also text the word Queens to 31996, okay? And we talked about Jesse lying ass. He gonna be going to jail if these police find some evidence he lying. We know his ass lying, right? So we've already talked about that. If you guys missed that, y'all go back and check it out. We've already talked about Prada and Gucci with this dumbass sweater. So we're gonna move on to the next story. Tonight is full of a whole lot of fuckery. I thought Jesse's shit was the funniest. That's why we got it in the title, right? But we're talking about a whole lot more than just him tonight. So if you missed it, you have to go back and catch the replay. But I thank those of y'all that are just tuning in. So if you came here for that, you got to go back to get it. Shout out to you, Francis. Thank you for that. They say thank you for keeping it 100, Queen. Getting ready to start investing in stocks. Thanks to you. And that's what I like to hear, right? Y'all hit that subscribe button and become a part of this audience. I want to take a moment to say shout out to the audience, right? Shout out to all my moderators and those of y'all that have been here that continuously support. The reason why I love this audience is not because you guys support, it's because there are so many of y'all here that will take the information that is given here and y'all put it to use. Chris B said that he was not, I don't forget his name because Chris B is in the house, but you know why I always remember Chris B? Because Chris B said, I'm going to not go and buy any Nikes, right? When all of this stuff happened with Cap and Kaepernick, I said, you know what? If you want to do something, go and buy some stock. And he said, you know what I did? That's what I did. I bought stocks, right? So when we throw things out there and I'm talking about homeschooling and I'm telling people the information that they need, I love y'all because y'all put it to use. I tell y'all all the time that all knowledge not used is useless knowledge. So you can have all the knowledge in the world. If you don't ever do anything with it, it doesn't matter. You're just a smart, stupid motherfucker. You just know a lot of shit that makes you stupid if you don't use it, right? But y'all use it. And so shout out to y'all. Like that's the reason that when I'm here, those are the things that make me happy about doing what I do, right? When you guys take that information and y'all run with it and it helps your life. There's a lot of parents talking about the fact that they are going to homeschool their kids. Shout out to you, Nikki Love. Thank you. How do we enroll in the weed stock? Okay, so what I would tell you for that is go over to flynubianmoney.com, you guys, right? There are courses over there. Because what I would tell you is that I wouldn't venture into the stock market, right, if you don't understand what you're doing. So you need some knowledge on how it works. You need to understand how you play the stock market, what shares are. You need some basic knowledge, right? And over at flynubianmoney.com, you guys can get that information. You can get that information in a lot of places, but it's like $1,700 for a course just to understand that stuff, right? So I would say go over there and start there. Don't just go in there and throw some money at it. Go get some knowledge behind it first, right? And then use that knowledge, okay? Because it's there. So y'all check that out. I want to say shout out to Maria Ford. Thank you for the $20, Queen. John L says, I got back $5,000 on my taxes. I spent $2,000 on different stocks. I never thought about it before following Fly Nubian Queen and Dr. Watkins. Shout out to you, John L. See, this is why I love my audience. I love the fuck out of y'all. This is what I want y'all to do. Take this knowledge and use it and run with it. That shit is beautiful. Shout out to my people in the audience on this Friday. Y'all make me happy as hell. Y'all make me happy telling me all of this good stuff, y'all. So let's get into the next topic that I want to talk about this evening, right? I want to talk about, do you guys remember June's Beauty Supply? It was in Tulsa, right? And the woman was in the store. Y'all remember that? She had two small kids with her. She was coming out the store. I guess one of the babies grabbed a keychain, and the man was fussing at the child, and the lady realized he had a keychain, so she picks it up. She tosses it back in the store on the counter and just walks out. When the man gets upset, he comes out behind her. He's arguing with her, and she's trying to walk away. He's all in her face from the back. She does turn around and give him a little attitude, but so what? I would too. What the fuck you follow me for? You all up in my damn face. The difference between me and her, though, is he hit her. I'd have hit that motherfucker back. He had a fight on his hands. I'd have slung that little lightweight ass little Asian all over the place like he was my little brother or something. Now, he ain't weigh but about $125. I'd have just snatched him by his shirt. I'd have just slung his little ass the fuck around. She was shocked as hell, right? But he punched her in the mouth. And he punched her in the mouth. This was being recorded by a woman in the car. When they came outside, he punched her in the mouth and he split her lip open because you can see the woman's not right up. She's in her car and she's not right up on the situation. But you can see that when he punches her in the mouth, this woman bends down and there is blood dripping from her mouth like crazy. You don't know if it's her nose or it's her mouth. That's how bad the blood is dripping. We find out later that he hit her in her mouth and he busted her mouth, right? So, this is the crazier part, right? He did go to court today, give you guys an update, right? And he got probation. And I'm gonna tell you, people are like, that's fucked up. He got only probation. But I want to explain something from a criminal justice point of view, right? And that is this, is that it was an assault. He punched her in the mouth and it did some blood. It didn't disfigure her or anything like that. So at the end of the day, it's an assault, right? If he's never done anything before and he doesn't have a record, and even if he did, that's the type of thing that they probably will give you probation for. People don't really go to jail for simple assault. It's when you assault the shit out of somebody and like you beat them down, they're in the hospital, they've been disfigured, or you've done things like that. So a court of law, that's probably how they would handle it with with many people, even with the black person, you probably wouldn't be, for a simple assault, you're not going to be up in there. Now, if you don't beat the shit out of somebody and put them in the hospital, that's another story, right? So, but this is the thing that I want to get from this story that I want to bring out again that happened at this time, right? After this, brothers went down there to go boycott the store. Do you guys remember that? They were down there and they were boycotting the store, saying, you know, you're not going to do this. Shout out to Jade. If you didn't catch Jade on the round table when we were there with Miguel, go back and check it out, right? But shout out to Jade. Jade is in New York. She's always on the ground. Jade shut down the Apple Nail Shop, who jumped on the grandmother and her two daughters, right? Over $5 through acetone in their face and did all that. She shut that shit down, her and the people in New York. Shout out to them, right? So then you see another news story at this one place in Tulsa, and brothers come out and they try and do the same thing there, right? So at first they're like, we're boycotting this place, and they're out there with some signs, right? How many of y'all remember what happened after that? Right? Jade is thorough. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Shout out to her. I love, much love to that queen, right? I don't know if she's watching, but if you are, shout out to you, queen. We love you. I love you. I love the hell out of you, girl. Right? Detroit says, what up, Doe? What up, Doe? Detroit in the house, right? Diane Hill said, my 7-year-old grandson is being harassed by his teacher. No, reach for this. Meet with CPS Monday. Okay, let me tell you something, Diane Hill, that you can do. And you might want to ask CPS, if the teacher is harassing your child. I'll get back into the topic, y'all. I won't forget, but let me answer her question. Shout out to the donation. I'm going to answer her question because she is supporting the channel. And so, donation, I'm going to answer the sister question. So y'all give me a minute, right? What I will tell you is I have my daughter that has Turner syndrome. Most of y'all might not know this about me, but I have 2 disabled children, an autistic son, and I have a child with Turner syndrome, one of my daughters, right? She's really short. So she had an IEP in the classroom, and this teacher was actually bothering my daughter. She was teasing her and harassing her, doing the same thing, right? She actually made fun of my daughter and let the whole class laugh at her. So after this shit had happened, after a while, I got upset. And what I do want you to know is that you can actually go to some people call it CPS. You go to social services, people who come in and take your damn kids, right? Whatever you call it in your city. Go and see them. You can actually file, don't quote me on this, you can ask the form of it. I want to say it was a 51A or something. You can ask the woman what the form is, but basically you want to file a form, a report on her. She's not the actual parent, so this is somebody outside of being the parent, but they have contact with your child every day, and you can actually file a report on that bitch, and she will be on an investigation case. And what will happen at the bare minimum is that your daughter will have to be taken out, or your grandson will have to be taken out of the class, right? The worst case scenario for this chick is that they will tell her she's suspended and she can't come back to work and be on the premises around that child until the investigation is done. So there's definitely something you can do to this bitch. Somebody said yes, it's a 51A. Okay, so go and ask them about that. File a report on this chick, and at the very least, she will not be allowed in the presence of your child. That's how you do that. You make these motherfuckers feel the wrath too. Go call social services on that chick. That's what you do. Shout out to you, Raymond J. Thank you for that donation, King. We appreciate it, right? So this is what you need to do. You have repercussions and consequences. You can dish out to her ass like candy in church if you want to. So go and check out that form, fill it out, and put it on her, and she's going to have a hard time coming to work. And at the very least, the school will have to switch your child's class immediately, right? And not only will they switch it immediately, the fact that you have done this, they're going to talk to that other teacher, and they're going to say to her, don't you fuck with this child, because we already have one issue. And they're going to be so nice to your child that they're gonna, then the other kids gonna be complaining, talking about you show favoritism. When you do that shit, they shut up. This is about knowing your rights and what you can do. Most people don't understand that you can do that. Forget talking to the school. You can talk to you blue in the face. They don't give a damn about the shit that they do to your kids. You go do something that's real and make her ass listen. You meet with CPS, well, you tell CPS you want to file a 51A on that chick. That's what you do. That's exactly what I did, and it works. So go and do that, sis. That's my information to you, and how you can deal with that situation. So with that said, let's finish talking about June. How many of y'all remember what happened, though, after that? Brothers went out there and they started boycotting, and they said, you're not going to treat our women this way. Now, how many times do we sit and we talk about, our brothers don't protect us. Our brothers don't defend us. The brothers don't do this. They don't do that. We say that a lot. We do that, right? And so at the end of the day, the brothers came out. It wasn't a large group, but it was brothers out there, right? It was men, not just women. It was mostly men, right? And they was posted up in their chairs. So you know what this man at the shop did? Mr. June, he did something that the women could not resist. He put a 50% sale on. Everything in the store was 50% off. Yes. And the line, but then women, He put a 50% sale on, but then he said, like, you know how when after school, all of the high school kids will go to the corner store and they tell you only 2 kids can come in at a time because they got book bags and shit and they don't want them to be stealing stuff? Well, this is how he did them grown-ass women, because he had a line around the store. He didn't let them in. He let them in like 1 or 2 people at a time, and they was outside standing for hours waiting to get that weave. So these brothers is out here fighting for these women, trying to tell this man, you're not going to be putting your hands on our women in our community. We're going to shut you down. And you know why they did not get the same result that Jade got in New York? Because in New York, there were black men and black women sticking together. And I watched Jade go live all the time. And when Jade was live and there were people trying to go in that shop, she would come over and say, don't support them. Do you know what he did to these women here? Do you know what went on? And I got to give props. Some people was in there praying with him and hugging him. But for the most part, I watched people say, oh, really? Fuck him. And they left and they walked away. So they cooperated with the situation. And they said, you know what? If he's doing that, I'm not going to be out here. I saw this man, he left his keys at home, right? And he couldn't get into his lock to open his gate one morning, and Jade is out there, and he went and got him a brother that was a locksmith, and he was paying this dude like $25 to open up the lock, and Jade is like, don't open that lock for him, don't let him be here, he out here beating up on black women and stuff. We're protesting and shutting him down. She said, how much he paid you to do that lock? And he said $25. She said, I'll pay you $50. Don't open that shit. Let him do it himself. Don't help him. And it was a black man. He didn't know what was going on. He said, well, I won't help him then. And he walked away. But he didn't make her pay him either, right? So I see the cooperation and why they got somewhere. Well, in Tulsa at June's, all he had to do was put everything 50% off. That line was around the door. But the worst part is there are brothers sitting in chairs and they refuse to go anywhere. And they're telling these black women, it's on video, they're saying, we love you and we don't want people to disrespect you like this. And we're telling you not to go into this establishment. And this is why we're out here to defend your honor and the wrong things that happened to you. Do you know that these women started cussing those black men out? One sister went over there and was yelling and screaming. It's all on camera. I don't know if y'all saw the video of that. And she's cussing this brother out, telling him, fuck you, don't tell me what to do, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How the fuck we supposed to get somewhere, right? And so people are disappointed. This is the thing I want to get out of this story. People are disappointed because this man went to court today and he got probation for punching a woman in the mouth. That's what you get for punching a woman in the mouth. The court of law is not sending nobody to jail for a year or 6 months. That's not the charge. Now, if you keep going around punching people in their mouth, you might get a little bit more time. But if you punch somebody in the mouth one time, that's what anybody's getting. Doesn't matter what color your skin is. That's just the law. You usually don't do no time for punching somebody in the mouth, right? If you do worse damage, then you will. Okay? So we're upset that this Asian man did not get anything more than probation. But at the same time, are we that upset with the black sisters who were out there in front of the store telling these brothers, fuck y'all, because the weave is 50% off and these brothers are out here trying to shut this shop down? If y'all wanted justice in this situation, because this Asian man did what he did to this sister and punched her in the mouth, what y'all should have done was shut his shop down. You mad because he got probation? Let me tell you, if you want to hurt that man's life, you should have shut his store down. You should have boycotted him and made him have to throw that weave in the fucking dumpster in the back because nobody bought it. And then you could have got that shit out of there, right? But at the end of the day, I want you to think about that. The power was in black people's hands to make this man pay the ultimate price, right? Take his store away from him, take his business away from him, tell him to pack his shit up and go to another community. Hurt his bottom line. Make it hard for him to put food on his table for his family. Shout out to you, Renee Marie. Thank you for that, queen, right? Put food on his table, not have a business, not be able to support his family. And guess what? He'll learn some respect for black women the hard way. But black people weren't ready to come together. And women were mad at brothers who were sticking up for them because they wanted their weave. That's crazy. So I'm just going to say, black people, we don't get to be mad because this man got probation. Because if you thought he should have got more, you should have given him more. You should have required that man to no longer be in your community, and you don't do it by buying his stuff because he just put it on sale. That's why y'all didn't get any justice in Tulsa. Because the black people did not exercise the power that they had to make that man pay the ultimate price. He could have still went to court. He could have still got probation. And he could have been so fucking broke for closing his shop down that he wouldn't have no money to pay his goddamn probation fees. It would have been like, hey, welcome to the Terror Dome. Let him see what it's like to be black. Shout out to you, Divine Rahotep. Thank you for that, King, right? So, welcome him to the Terror Dome. Let him see what it's like when black people owe probation fees and they're not doing anything wrong. They're not breaking any rules, but they just can't seem to pay all these fees off before their probation is up. So when probation is up, they just tell you, well, we'll give you another year. We'll give you another 2 years, right? Because you ain't paid us off. And then they stay in this endless cycle of fucking being on probation and never getting off, and you on probation 3 times over because you just couldn't pay. Welcome his ass to the Terror Dome and let him see what it feels like to be black. He could have got probation. You should have made it hard for him to pay that shit. You should have closed his shop down. So, I'm going to say out in Tulsa, that L that y'all took and that woman got punched in her mouth, that is nobody's fault but the black people in that community. The sisters who lined up around the goddamn store and refused to stand in unity with that other woman because somehow you think it won't be you getting punched in your mouth next. But any of them women standing around there, right, ready to get that weed, and he got mad at them and punched one of them in their mouth, they would have wanted one of them brothers to come over and defend their honor, or then they would have wanted you to shut the shop down because he punched me in my mouth. But when it's not your mouth, you don't care, sis? I'm just saying. So I'm not mad that the man got probation. I'm mad that y'all fucking let him woo y'all with a 50% off sale, and that 50% off sale made you forget your decency, your honor, your integrity, what black people should be fighting for, and you disrespected black men who are out there fighting for your honor. And then you go and cry, why the fuck black men ain't never here for us? I don't know. Maybe them sisters in Tulsa could tell me a little something about that. Right? So, I just want to keep y'all updated on that story. I want people to understand the root of the problem. See, that's what Michi like to get to, the root of the problem, right? And the root wasn't that this man got probation. The root was that black people didn't exercise the power they had, and they were divided amongst each other over some materialistic shit. It reminds me of the Gucci and the Prada, right? Materialism. Bullshit that you want but you don't need. You sold it. And you gave away your honor, black women. You'd rather have weave than have somebody respect you. So don't cry, respect us. That's all I'm saying. Tulsa, get it the fuck together, all right? So, with that said, you guys, I want to welcome everybody to the live. It's 1,500 people up in here, a little bit over. All I see is 1,500 on my device. But shout out to y'all. I want to welcome y'all to the live. If it's your first time here, y'all do me a favor, right? Hit the subscribe button, the like button, the share, and the notification bell, you guys. Don't forget to do that so you can be notified when we're live. But you can also text the word Queens to 31996 so you can stay updated with all the things going on at this network, right? Not only when I'm live, but when everybody else is doing that thing around here. So y'all go ahead and do that for me real quick while I shout out these folks for their donation. Shout out to you, Black Entertainment TV. He says, how can I get a one-on-one interview with you on my show called The Power Talk Show? Black Entertainment TV, you can email me at therealmichiex@gmail.com. Right? One of my moderators will probably put that in there. They're the dopest. But again, that's therealmichiex@gmail.com. You can send me an email there. And shout out to you, Devon. Thank you for that, King. Thank you for the donation. So, I want to get on to this last story before I get out of here because Miguel is coming in. So, I want to talk about one more thing. Friday Night Fuckery is some bullshit. If you guys are just coming in here, shout out to you, Diamond. Thank you for that donation. Let me tell you, if you were coming in here for the story in the title, there's much more. You guys have missed that, so you will have to go back and watch it from the beginning. We have moved on from Jesse going to jail. If he keep on fucking around with these cops and lying and shit, he can't do what white people do and say it was black men and then not go to jail, right? So, he's looking at that. We've talked about Gucci and this old black face ass sweater. We just talked about the beauty supply in Tulsa, and now we're going to talk about the last topic that we have tonight before I get out of here, that I think is something in the news that's important, right? We got to get to the root of shit again. So let's look at this. So there is a representative named Sandra Hollins, right? And what she is doing is she is looking, it's in Utah, right? She's part of the, the House, and she's a representative. And so what she is doing is, right? Shout out to you, Yvonne. Thank you for that, Queen. What she's doing is she's a black woman, and she's saying that she is pushing forward to advance this bill to remove the word slavery from the state constitution, right? And so I don't know if you guys remember, right? For how long that you, have been watching me, right? But I've spoken on this before because here in Colorado, the same thing happened. We actually voted to get slavery out of the state constitution. Now, people don't understand you have a constitution for the country, but you also have state constitutions, right? In every state, which basically say the same shit the rest of them say, right? But anyway, what happens is that state has jurisdiction. So you can take things out of a state constitution and it still remain in the constitution for the larger state of the country, right? So we got that taken out, and everybody here was so glad, like, oh, we're going to vote. Because in the constitution, it does say that slavery is legal, right? So we're thinking that's going to change something. That if we take it out of this, out of the constitution, what that means is that No longer will they be able to make black people work in prison on assembly lines, making all this money, or pick cotton, right, at Angola prison for 4 cents to this very day. There are people picking cotton on Angola prison, and it used to be Angola plantation. So they're literally black men picking cotton on the same land that their ancestors picked it on, right? So we thought all of this would stop if we took it out the Constitution within our state at least. That's not the case. So I want to remind people, but I want to show you how much fucking politicians play your ass, okay? Now, this is a black woman. She's sitting up here saying how happy she is. She quoted, she said, it's going to be a long haul because it still has to get put on the ballot. It's going to be a long haul. A long fucking waste, a bunch of wasted goddamn time. Now, you being a regular citizen, maybe you don't know this, right? But let me tell you something that she should know as a representative. She knows. See, they're putting emphasis on this. Let me read to you what they're doing again. They're removing the word. That's the key phrase, the word slavery. Nothing's going to fucking change. They're going to take the word out because the word is offensive. What they are saying is that, and this is what we found out the hard way in Colorado, what they're telling you is that they don't consider the work you do in prison to be slavery. So they'll remove the word. They feel that it is you paying your debt to society. So they're removing the word. They're not removing the concept. They're not removing what they're doing. So you might not know that, but this fucking representative should know that. She has been in Congress enough that she understands what's going on. But here you have this black-faced woman. She's black, right? You have her coming forward saying, oh, we're going to turn around and we're going to get this out. And I'm so excited. And it's going to be a long haul. See, this is what they do to us in politics. They give black people shit that's full of hot air, right? It has no value to it, has no meaning to it, it doesn't change anything, and then we just turn around and we be happy because we think it's something. This is a hot air bill. It doesn't matter if they take it out, it will change fucking nothing. But I watch black people here jump for joy. We passed the bill, and what's gonna change? But they took the word out, and what's gonna change? We did all that hard work, and what's gonna change? They didn't want to answer the question that not a motherfucking thing is gonna change. Right? So let me remind you of this as I remind you of President Trump's new prison reform bill. We're all happy. Like he did some prison reform. He didn't do shit. Nothing's going to change. It is fucking reform full of hot air. Nothing that he put into that bill is going to make any real change within the black community. None of it. Right? He said that people that are serving 2 long sentences for selling drugs, instead of doing 55,000 years, we're going to let you get out in 3 more, right? But they've already served 20 years for selling weed. They've already served too fucking much. So you think you're doing a person a favor that's been sitting in jail for 20 years over weed and you gonna let me out now? Nigga, I've been spent my time. I done served my time 12 times over. When white people get rich as hell off dispensaries and the legalization of weed now. You know who's getting wealthy off of it? The white man. But when the black man do it, it's a crime. You know how many black people are sitting in prison for the very thing that white people are wealthy off of? All of these dispensaries here in Colorado. Y'all know me to smoke. I be in the dispensaries. You know who the fuck own them? White people. Do you know the regulations around them and all of the permits you need are in the price range of white people? I suggest if black folks want to get into the weed industry, do so. But know that in some places you would need $250,000 to fucking even get your license. Fuck your supplies. So I guess we should stop buying Gucci and Prada if we're going to come up with $250,000. I guess we got to, you better get some shit together because we are far away from that dollar, right? But we can go to jail for it. So he didn't do us no favor by doing that. These people you are letting out have already spent so much time in there, they deserve to get out. That's only going to affect several thousand people. Then he tells you that this prison reform says that women will not be shackled to the bed when they give birth. Are we jumping for joy for that shit? Some more hot air? First of all, I don't know if Trump knows this, but when a woman is in labor, she's not hopping up off the table to run anywhere. So her baby could fall out her coochie and she could try and hold it while she's running away. That doesn't even fucking make sense to me. Women in the first place should not be shackled to a bed while they're giving birth. They're not going anywhere. So, are we jumping for joy because of this? But yet and still, when he did this fucking reform, it's a black man standing next to him and we all teasing like, he did some reform, he didn't do shit. Nothing major is going to change for black people, right? Nothing at all. So let's not jump for joy. Let's learn to dig to the root of the problem and understand that if politicians are going to come forward and they're going to give us some type of a change or a reform, it needs to be a real one, right? Not like what Cory Booker said on the Breakfast Club, and not like what Kamala said in her interview on Roland Martin. Neither one of them have a black agenda, but yet and still they want the black vote. But they keep giving you promises that are full of hot air. So we're going to talk about this hot air ass fucking bitch, Kamala, right? On my personal page. That's where I'm going to go after I get off here, you guys. So if you're not going over there, go over to Michi X's page. Y'all go ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all in about 20 minutes. And we're gonna talk about, Kamala and why it is that we allow, and even Cory Booker, right? Nobody has a black agenda. Whenever we talk about self-love or love for black people or black people being the agenda, do y'all ever notice how somehow it always equates to hate for others? When black people love themselves, that means you hate everybody else. When black people say, just look at us and our problems, that means you being hateful to everybody else. But yet and still, every other race looks at themselves first, and none of them hate anybody. But yet and still, when we show self-love to ourselves, we're hating people. Black love equals hate for everybody else. That's crazy as fuck to me. So I got a whole lot I need to say about Kamala and Cory Booker, fake ass. They won't be getting my vote. Y'all gonna keep playing with me, and if y'all don't bring me a real politician, guess what? Michi gonna be sitting here on voting day, and I don't give a fuck how many of y'all get mad. I'm gonna be here with a blunt rolled up. And I'm just be sitting on my couch smoking a blunt while the rest of y'all is fucking voting. Because I'm not voting for nobody. I don't give a fuck. I don't cast the vote for a piss of shit, right? You don't get to say, oh, here go your choices. You want a bowl of throw up? Would you like a cup of piss? You want a bowl of shit? I don't want none of that. Sorry. I will say no to all of those choices, right? You don't get to tell me to pass the two evils. Fuck out of here. I just won't vote. And people get mad when you do that. Black people say, why? Your vote is your power. No, the fuck it's not. Not if you don't have, if it ain't filled with some substance, I ain't giving my vote away for no hot air shit. Get the hell out of here with that, right? Shout out to you, Jimmy. Said, Michi, these words are just mind tricks. It is. But if us as black people don't understand what's really being said and we don't pay attention and get to the root of what's going on, we think that something's gonna happen. I watched black people jump for joy here. And then when it got passed, we thought that it was going to change something. And they was like, oh, no, it's just the word. Niggas is still on the assembly line. We woke them up early this morning and put their ass to picking fucking apples in the back of the jail. I don't know. But they went to work. Nothing changed. Right? So, let's stop jumping for joy when we don't understand what the hell is going on. We need to understand for ourselves. We need to get knowledge about what's happening and stop letting politicians tell us what it is. We need to understand what it is. And then we need to tell them motherfuckers this is what it's going to be if you think you're getting my vote. If not, I suggest all black people stay home. I mean, you ain't got to smoke a blunt like me, but if you want to, you can roll up too. You know, hey, I don't know, drink some water, do some yoga, whatever your thing is. But I suggest that all black people stay away from the polls. We talk about boycotting, right? What do you think it would be like if black people said, I'm not going to the polls? You would say it wouldn't matter because they're going to put whoever they want. I tell you, they put whoever they want anyway. But you should ask yourself, why do politicians work so hard to get the black vote? It means something to them. So what if we just said none of your fucking candidates are acceptable? So we all stay home. We can't do that because we think that we would be disgracing our ancestors, right? Because they fought for this right. Well, the government has just turned this right into some bullshit that they'll let you vote, but they have manipulated the system of politics so that your vote doesn't really matter. And they get whoever the fuck they want in the White House anyway. So just saying, a couple things to throw out there. That's my thought. But with that said, y'all, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the tune of like 1,600 people on this Friday evening. I'm glad you're not out there spending your money. Don't go spend it all up this weekend. Stay out the club. Stay out the white people establishments. After you pay your bills, save a little something. Go buy a stock or something. Do something you need to do with your money and don't give it all away. Our money only stays in our community a couple hours because we don't have enough places to spend our money at to get what we need, but we got to start somewhere, right? So make sure you go over to flynubianbusiness.com so that you can get all the information you need to learn how to start a business. That's what I want y'all to do with y'all tax returns. Let's try that. Like, can we do that challenge, right? I challenge everybody, right, to that. When you get your tax return back, go start a business. Go buy some stocks. What I would ask you to do, this is the key word, invest it. I don't know how you want to invest it, whether it's through stocks, whether you want to start a business, whatever it is you want to do. But let's make 2019 the year that we invest our tax returns. Invest them in something. And not fucking capitalism. Do not go and give it to Nike and Prada and Gucci and big TVs and jewelry and gold grills in your mouth. Go buy something of substance that you can cash in and look at when your ass finally get old and you're 50 years old and you want to figure out how to pay your bills and you don't want to work at Wendy's. I think it's the saddest thing ever to see somebody in their 50s working at a fast food restaurant. I'm 40. I refuse to work at fast food restaurants after I turned 19 years old. When you're 50 and 16, you're still there? I feel really sorry for them people. Don't be those people. Invest in something that will come down the road as long as you live to see the sunrise when that day is there. So y'all figure out it is what you want to do. Just invest it in something, right? I'm not going to tell you how to invest it. Invest it in whatever way you're moved. But please don't just waste it. Don't go give it right back to capitalism. That's what I would ask us to do. I challenge y'all to do that, okay? So with that said, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all stay black and beautiful. Stay the hell away from police, right? So y'all can come back and meet me here Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, you guys. Y'all stay tuned for Miguel Nunes. He's going to be coming up in about 30 minutes, you guys. Y'all go ahead and tune in and show the brother some support. I want to thank y'all for all your support, all the donations tonight. And everybody tuning in, you guys. And I'll see everybody that's subscribed on my page. I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes so we can talk about Kamala and Cory Booker. And yeah, this fucking bullshit. Nobody has a black agenda. I want to talk about their responses at these interviews and why they're so scared to quote a black agenda. So, but then again, as black people, we don't stand for one. So we'll get into that in about 20 more minutes. I'll see you guys over there. Y'all have a good night. I love y'all. And I will see you guys here on Monday. I'll see you guys all weekend on my other page. So y'all come check me out over there. I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good night.
Please have a seat. Thank you, sir. So what brings you guys in today? Tell them your addiction now. Okay, I'm addicted to jollof and Afrobeat, sir. Oh, that seems like a severe case of Afro-Jollofitis. Afro-Jollofitis. Afro-Jollofitis can develop into Afro-Jollofinemia, and that's when that's going to be real. What's the cure, Sancho? We have to go ahead and prescribe him a free 11:30 p.m. entry on Friday to Afrobeats and Jollof at Savoy Entertainment Center. I'll take him to this Friday because he has Afro-Jollofitis, and we don't want that to graduate to Afro-Jollofinemia, if that makes sense. Doctor, how often does this thing happen in your... we see this often in the Nigerian or the Ghanaian American community, but straight before 11:30, and I think everything will be just fine after that. If you have any more issues, you come back next week and I'll prescribe it to you again. Jesus! Hey folks, how y'all doing today, man? This is your boy Lonzo. It's a Friday afternoon here in Zotown Studios. Now everybody knows about my history with Dre and Cube and Easy, but what y'all know is I'm one of the men behind one of the biggest players in the game, and that's my man Afro, man. What's up, baby? Before you turn off the lights, let's get one thing understood. If you wanna smoke weed with me, it's gotta be real good. Hey. violence, okay? He wasn't even Afro man yet, he was just man. Don't put nonsense in my documentary. He come over here, he come over my house, he blinked out, he got on his goddamn Magic Down wine from Mississippi suit on. I had to go change my shirt. He made me go change my shirt. Hey, what's up, Kim? I'm sitting up here, and man, made me feel bad mode. I'm in studio mode, got on a black and white shirt. I made him go back to the world-class record crew. Hey, he made me go hit my closet. I'm like, I can't take a picture with him in no goddamn sweatshirt. How the fuck I'm gonna do that? So yeah, folks, we kicking it right here, live at the studio. One of my homies from way back in the day showing me some love. I love it when my folks come through the house, man, just pop through. Brothers that made it, stop through, ain't too big to come by and say hello to the old school player. Much love, Afro man.
Yeah, you know, I gotta come back and say what's up to Lonzo, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it's my man, you know, we go way back, like he say, and, you know, all the talent shows, you know, back in the day on Western, he know about the whole struggle players, you know what I'm saying?
Afro man, I got some commercials. What you want? Some commercials? Oh, we got commercials.
I want them all.
We got some old shit. Okay, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna let him have. I'm gonna give him a copy of all that shit. So he can use it for his archive as well. Yeah, that's how we do it here. Okay. What's up, Eric? Hanging out with Afro man today, man. We kicking it right now.
What's up, Eric? Yeah, keep watching, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me show you how a real player do it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm about to do a little second interview with Afro Man for my podcast and for my documentary, folks. So we just want to chime in and do something live right quick, because right now, they getting high, and I'm holding the camera, and we about to do this little interview, so stay tuned for part 2 in just a minute, folks. Oh, we're going to do this right quick? Okay.
We're going to do it all at the same time.
All right.
We can do that for mega hands.
Okay.
Mega hands say we can do it all, baby.
Yeah, live right here, live with that video. About to make it happen with Afro Man. We good? Yeah, we ready. Afro Man.
What's up, Lonzo? What's up, Lonzo? Lonzo.
Now, man, you know what, dude? I'm working on my documentary, brother, and I was going through some tapes and some videos. And I said, damn, that's right. Afro Man was one of the major players here back in the day.
Yeah.
And I see you on tour with Snoop and Cypress Hill, some other folks. I reached out for you, man, and like clockwork. Hey, what up, Lonzo?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear from you. Glad to hear from me, man. How they treat you, man?
Everything is real good, man. Everything's real good. I'm where I want to be. All I want to do now is write and rap. You know, it's like you in the NFL now, you just want to play now. You know what I'm saying? You here, you just want to throw me the ball.
Where the guitar at, man?
The guitar, you know, this was a Super Bowl family homie trip. That's why I came to see you too.
Okay.
So I didn't need the guitar this time, but I just bought me a new case. It weighed 36 pounds. It's hard. It got wheels on it. I could roll it like a suitcase.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The guitar gonna be moving with me.
When I met Afro Man over on West, I forgot the name of the joint. It was a little baby hard. She went out every Wednesday to do talent shows. The one thing that impressed me was this brother was one of the first guys that ever came to me that had an instrument in his hand. And the brother could play. And he could play. Okay? So when I saw his attitude and what he was talking about, because Afro Man had always been about his money. Okay? I ain't never known no gang banging stuff. He get high, I ain't mad at him. That's his thing. But when it came down to his lyrics, he was talking about entrepreneurship. He was talking about getting your own money, being your own boss. And he's been that ever since I've been doing it. You still your own man, right?
Man, MCA said I can't get a job at Mother Black Wendy's. I can't get a job. I was thinking I'm getting kind of old. I better start sending some money into somewhere because I ain't got no retirement plan.
Always got a retirement plan. As long as you got your catalog.
Man, I'm hustling. You know, I ain't had a job. I ain't had a job since like '94.
That's good.
Yeah, and it's like 2019.
Right.
Yeah, man. So, God is blessing.
I got you beat there.
What you got?
My last job, 1979.
Man!
Motherfucking record shack. My last, no bullshit. I never sold no dope. But you know what, though? My old man always told me, give people what they need. They'll always need you. Do what you love. You never work hard a day in your life. And last but not least, he said, lead, follow, or get out your goddamn way. Okay? You always been a leader.
Amen, brother. when to follow, and I know when to ask some questions and learn something.
Okay.
And then
Stay humble, man.
man, it's the best way to be, brother. Because you get cocky and it ain't no redemption.
Right.
You know, if you approachable, you can I don't know, you can, if I can talk to a man, everything's cool. If I can't talk to him, I can have $1 million for him. I can't even give it to him.
I know.
He can't even talk to me.
Where your bodyguards at, man? Where the bodyguards at? Where's security? I mean, you got your rings on, you got your suit. Come over to the house, you ain't got no security or nothing. You have to win.
Hey, I didn't have no security when I came home. I just left the slots and swap me. I was in there taking pictures with everybody.
No shit.
Hey, go in the slots. They always say Afro man always come through here, man.
Cool, man.
Everybody remember me struggling out in the streets and trying to push them tapes. And even if you didn't buy a tape from me, man, I loved you. I had a joke. You had one for me, I had one for them. And so people happy to see me, I'm happy to see them.
We've been clowning all day long. I was clowning him. I said, how you got a natural without not one gray hair in this motherfucker, and you got a beard full of grass? This nigga must got a pocket full of chips man on a farm. He just pumping his thigh, and this shit just like Jerry Curl, you see that natural black, keep it natural black.
Hey, look here, man, this ain't great, man. These is Raider colors, man. These is Raider highlights, you know what I'm saying? I paid a chick to do this, Raider highlights. Even though I had to go on with the Rams. I keep a spare Rams Charger Clipper jersey in the truck, just in case of emergency. Hey man, you know what I'm saying?
What we have the challenge? What's that talk about?
You know what I'm saying? I gotta say what's up to the church, the famous players out there. This glass is a little royal symbolization of me. This emblem is my logo for my new beer. My new beer is called Cold, like it's cold outside, Cold Fro T5. They got the Big Mac, I got the Big Mick. You know what I'm saying? But check it out. And then, I'm celebrating life. You know what I'm saying? Every day, could be our last day. You know what I'm saying? Right. God forbid. But I'm living. I'm celebrating every step I take. I'm celebrating every breath I take, and I'm celebrating. Period. And part of my celebration of life is this cup. You know what I'm saying? Debbie Glass lady, she whooped it up for me, and it's a little something I do, and I drink out of it to remind me to thank God I woke up this morning. This is a cup to remind me to be thankful, And I just look at it. I may be broke as hell. I feel like a kid. I got my damn cup. I just get smiling at
Now, tell me about your cane. Is the snake die for that thing, man? Look like somebody.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Look like somebody had to give up a life for that motherfucker.
I don't like snakes, and I don't like canes. But then they put them together, I think we had a little something going on, you know what I'm saying? I tell people, I say, he used to be a crook, but we straightened him out. I get on the airplane, it's like people doing the wave, I walk like, both sides of the aisle,
They separate real quick, huh?
But it's a good conversation piece. Some dude that look me up and down might be a racist, don't even like it from now. He'll just forget about his racism. Like, that's an interesting case. I'm like, yes. And then we can come together on the cane and hopefully on some other stuff.
So how you performing now, man? How you performing?
First thing I remember in my life was, the first thing I remember that church up here on Imperial in Vermont?
Yeah.
Southside Christian. Yeah. That's the first thing I remember of my life, walking down that aisle in an all-white suit going to sing. That's like my first remembrance of consciousness, if those are words.
Okay.
But talking about like getting paid, you talking about professional getting paid. I've been getting paid since November 99. I got $50 for a party.
Okay.
And then it kept going up from there.
introduction to LA for Afro Man?
It may have been, dude. Look, that song. When I say everywhere, it was everywhere. You know that every cat gonna take credit for. You know, every man gonna take credit for whatever he take credit for. But like, and God bless Big Boy. He's my man. What's up, Big Boy? You know, I don't know what Big Boy said. I don't know, but here's what happened.
Go ahead.
I got tired of toting the boxes in New Orleans. I just started giving the CDs out.
Okay.
I was like, man, maybe somebody call me. I was like, I'll make the money back some other kind of way. I just got tired. I was at a rave. These two girls from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, took me to a rave. So I gave them out. Nobody wasn't buying them, so I just started giving them out. So anyway, long story short, them kids took the CD home, put it up on a computer. I didn't know nothing about all that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And back then they had Napster.
Right.
Okay, they put it up on there and it went all over the world like in like about 48 hours. I was the first, I was viral before there was viral. Yeah, so it went all around the world and people flipped out about it like in 48 hours. So Howard Stern, okay, took it off with Napster and he played. And you know, like, he generated this whole network that I wouldn't even imagine trying to get to. I'm talking about like, you know, the talk show people, like, you know, Craig Kilborn, and Johnny Carson types, you know. And then this dude I didn't know about, he was popular though. He was like a white Ice Cube. It was like, name was, damn man, I'm sitting high. Kevin Smith. Okay. Kevin Smith and Jay and Silent Bob, they got their own little Okay, they got their own little Ice Cube, Chris Tucker type thing that goes on. Right. Okay. They was interested in the song. So like Universal knew it was money before they even sent for me. Okay. Howard Stern was playing it, all the talk shows wanted it, and Jay and Silent Bob was hollering at them trying to figure out who sung it. Because they wanted to put it in their new movie. Okay. So Universal just sent me the letters in. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Wow. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't even know.
See, dude, I got to say this though, man. See, that's a perfect example of somebody who grinded, okay? You made your CDs. You couldn't sell them. Everybody checking for you yet. Ain't nobody checking for you yet. So I tell cats all the time, we gotta do that shit. Okay? Yeah. We used to, me and Unknown used to ride through Compton, giving away CMW CDs.
Unknown?
Unknown. We should walk through Compton.
Brothers didn't think he was capable or something.
We rode through Compton giving away CMW CDs, man. Cassettes back then. Yeah. And then they got shot. Cause we gave some Crips and some Bloods, the CMW, what the fuck is the Crip ass shit? Oh no, nigga, time out. There's a blood right there too. All right. It was like that. But you gotta do that sometimes. But that's when they got you though, man.
It's hard to rap in the West Coast. There's a war going on, you trying to rap. It was hard, man. Yeah, man.
You said something earlier, man, that made me laugh. In fact, it made me go change my shirt. I'm sitting back in the studio. I go, I'm in studio mode. I ain't going nowhere no time. Too time to go to the club. I got on my little studio hat, my sweatshirt, my jeans, my little kick it around the studio shoes. And I'm looking at the Afro man. He got on this tailor-made suit. Now he know I can get out when I want to, but I can't sit next to Afro man without having some kind of representation of class and style on my own flair. My boy flared up like a motherfucker, but I gotta have my own little flair. So he made me go change he inspired me to go change my goddamn shirt, okay?
Hey man, I told Mega Hands, there's two places I sit them. I said when I rap with rappers, I sit them back to the tablet. I said when I hang with players, I sit them back to the closet.
Man, he made me go. He didn't make me inspired to go put on another shirt because I couldn't sit next to Afro man in a damn sweatshirt and my working hat. So I had to put on a little color. not anybody competition thing, it's just a respect thing, okay?
Right.
And he said something earlier, he said, man, if he was, what you said, the gangbanging, if gangbanging saw more players like he was, niggas wouldn't gangbang.
Man, I was saying, if it had been more players walking by my house looking like me, I said, ain't no way I'm going to try to gangbang. He ain't trying to be a player, trying to be a, nice looking young man having a whole bunch of money and women and whatever, this and that.
I ain't mad at you, guy.
I mean, these are goals and dreams. These are visions. But
I ain't mad, folks. Hey. I'm not mad at all. Man, I just want to thank you for coming by the house, kicking it with me before I'm in the die.
No problem.
With me. No problem. It's always love, man. Nothing but love here. Folks, my man, one of them cats in fact, I gotta apologize to you, man. I gotta apologize. When I wrote my book, I was so focused on NWA, I missed you. I missed two people, you and Layla. I don't know if you know Layla or not, but Layla was
NWA.
Layla was an intricate part of what we did back here in the studio, and I was so engulfed trying to finish the book up, I forgot two people, you and Layla, and I gotta apologize to both of y'all. But nonetheless,
I know why, Lonzo. You turned off the lights and you got high, man.
On that note right there, we're gonna wrap this up. You up. Much love, baby.
All right.
Much love.
Hey,
we good, folks.
Yeah, give me some links to that, and I'll share it on my page.
You got it. Hand me that phone, Doc. Hand me that phone. Oh yeah.
Yeah.